I did see that fucking deluxe edition. I was like, that looks neat. Neat art. I was like, $70 for that. You fucking insane. That's kink below. I think that's a bit different, buddy.
You. At least now I got you to read it live as I'm misspelling everything.
Yeah, no shit. I'm pretty sure if you do kink below, you'll get a lot of engagement. That being said, a lot of horny Russian women in your area will come for you. I ain't gonna lie, I would be all here for it.
Oh yeah. We are actually live, so I'll pull that screen up. Don't worry,
Well,
stream can't see
well,
it.
well. Oh, okay.
Stream can just see me for the time being.
Well, well, well. Good to know. I'll be your first like, you bastard. You're welcome.
Did it maximize? No. Good.
Yeah. Post that.
I even changed the thumbnail from the first stream as well to the thumbnail.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Thumbnail looks pretty good. It's pretty bitchin'. You're welcome.
I never knew I looked so good blonde.
I know, right? I was like, you know what? We need to offset the color, you know?
I look like Finn from Darmarchi, that midget guy.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, I was like, okay, I'll put you, I'll put your chibi through the thing, and I'm like, okay, let's see what it looks like. I'm like, hooray, it looks all right.
That's actually funny because it switched the genders.
Yeah, I know. I said I basically said make this guy have no tits. I was like, we gotta make him not gay. We
That
gotta
is
make
pretty
him.
funny.
I was like, listen, just make him not a tranny, and then we're good. And yes. Off to a great start with this episode, aren't we?
I know. First episode I was racist. Now you're just being transphobic.
Well, listen, it's on brand for the Goon Lords.
I'm moving the box over here because I don't know what I'm gonna unbox first. I could try and make a vote system. Whoever donates first gets to vote on what I unbox.
Oh god,
Nikkei cards. Or...
dude, if you do that, literally you're gonna be making so much bank. Guys, for those who just came in, fucking donate so that he can he can pick.
Because it will be basically either 10 Nikkeis. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dude, you've got
5.
so many Nikkeis, man.
Oh, dude, I'll have to show them on stream. Got like a whole box of them, and then the 2 High School DxD boxes.
Oh, dude, I know.
And the funny thing is, when I took a photo of it and I posted it on X, someone tagged Okko and Mitsuku, and they're like, "I think we need an intervention."
Dude,
I'm surprised Okko didn't DM me. I was like, "Are you okay?" Because they've been buying Pokemon cards, and I said with them, I was like,
listen, I'll be in the intervention because I need to be in that intervention too.
"You encouraged
Also, hi,
it."
Razor. Listen, hey, listen. It was a mutual destruction. I thought we agreed to that.
Like I put
But
it
hello,
all in
Razor.
box. So I got it all in the Yummy box now.
Yes. Whereas me, I've got my figures out. I have the acrylics that you got me on the desk. Thank you very much, by the way, for that. They look. Whoa.
Look at it all.
Ooh, it looks nice. Nice box.
How many did I get?
When it comes to your fucking
1, 2,
cards,
3, 4,
a lot, dude.
5. I just want to know like the ones that I don't even have in the containers. One,
Dude, you got a
two,
ton.
three.
Look, the chances of you not getting like something at least somewhat decent in that would be fucking insane.
That's 20 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's like
You
27
know,
just here.
I will say, you know what I'm actually happy about? Ace didn't get anything like super rare
He might be
from the
watching.
DXD. Hey Ace, I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm so happy that we don't have to come over there and beat you up and steal your card and split it 50-50.
Oh. Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
the most expensive card that he got was like $10.
Really?
Like I searched up the card and like the one that he sent was like around $10. 10, $15 I saw.
I wonder if he just didn't show all the cards that he got.
It is potential. It is probable, but again, we'll have to like go over to his place with a couple of baseball bats and then just see where he's hiding the stash, isn't it?
Someone just posted Nikkei fan art in the anime image section. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
All right, let's have a look. See, and then I will definitely say if it's safe to show, which
Oh, it's
probably
not.
won't because it's probably won't. I know because it's Nikkei, but was it in the Nikkei channel?
Yeah. No, it's in the image. It's not
Image,
safe.
image.
What's the topic? Oh, we got a lot of
Anime image.
topics to go over, chat. We're going to talk about. Well, we'll briefly talk about the Japan investment thing, maybe. But the first topic we will be going over PlayStation because I want to rant about Asmongold. Even though I
You
don't really have a
know,
lot of his clips up, but I don't care to look at his clips. I know what he's saying.
you're not wrong with that Nikkei art. It's
Yeah,
you can just quote unquote slide right in there. Do you want me to send you the Asmongold clips then?
yeah, right.
Sure, let me pull it up. Oh god, I had a whole segment on that PlayStation shit. That was I had like a proper crash out when it comes to that one.
Don't blame you.
Copy. I sent you his initial statement. Uh, you've got his post, right?
Yep, got the big boy one.
Uh, where is his follow up? And here is his follow up defending after facing backlash. I think that's about it. Let me check. Yeah, that's all I got. So unless he's made a statement that I'm not aware of, that is pretty much it. Cards and dono something. I don't know. I came around the middle of the sentence, lol. Okay, so essentially, Razor, if you donate like, I don't know, a large amount of money, like top tier, you can choose whether he opens like 10 packs of cards on stream or he unpacks
Well, if he donates too much, then I'll just open heaps of Nikkei cards.
or like a box with a
Oh,
figure in it.
let me pull the box up. Oh.
Also, the reason why he's doing this is that so he can use it for financial benefit, let's just say.
I'm totally
That's
not
the
doing
only
a
reason.
DSP.
Yeah, that's he look. That's the only reason why he's doing it. I'm not gonna open my fucking cards until I get another camera so I can do it.
Like, you got all these, which is like 37 Nikkei things.
You got a lot of Nikkei cards, dude.
It's
I'm
like,
gonna be honest. If you do not get a simple like a single rare one or something like at least a fair amount of money, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh in your face. I am going to like have the
I'll
most
laugh and then cry.
hilarious. I dude,
Nikkeis.
I had like
Nikkeis.
shit. I had shit fucking
Nikkeis.
pulls when it comes to fucking my game. Dude, I will be so like, dude, I will be so fucking like, oh my god, it would be like the worst reversal ever. Hello, Francis. I'm assuming that's Candy Sensei. But hello everyone. He's going through his Nikkei collection and all of his tax deductible stuff.
Yeah.
I'm here early. What's up? I mean, you're not really here early. You're technically a couple minutes late, but that's okay. We
We just
forgive
started
you.
like 10 minutes ago, so technically we're just getting started. I always like to wait 10 minutes before we start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know, if you
Uh,
donate, like the idea is, if you donate like a large sum, you can pick if he opens like 10
I
packs of
didn't even care if
cards
it was a
or like
large
a figure.
donation. I was just like, whoever donates first gets to pick. It could be
All right,
$2.
cool. Don't donate now.
You get to pick basically a boatload of Nikkei, or there's really only two options because I do have other cards in the back that I've had stored
You
up for
got
like ages.
so much. You got so much. It's like actually insane.
And then I got
Like,
the
dude,
box of High School DxD. Two of these,
it is
but
ins
I'll only do one on
like,
stream. I'm kind of
yeah,
want someone to ask for this one.
the DXD one.
Yeah, because I want to get
Oh, I
something
mean,
good and then rub it in Ace's face.
dude, that would be hilarious. I'd fucking see that. That'd be amazing.
I'll
I
have to
kind of
find the other
want to get
stuff that
something
I've
good.
got. Oh, what's the other stuff I have stored?
Well, while we're still loading in, I guess I'll just plug the I guess I'll plug the channel that we just set up.
Oh, there we go.
So, guys, what I just dropped is the new channel that we have made, which is basically the Goon Lords channel. We've got essentially, well, we're just going to be uploading segments from the Goon Lords podcast on there, and you know, just fucking dicking around. We might do exclusive content there, maybe, but you know, right now it's just essentially a re-upload sort of segment. But who knows? Who knows what the future may unfold? Tony, what's your nationality? Uh, buddy, do
Do
you
I
want
have
to
the
answer
Data
this
Live
one? It's a very
box?
hard. The Data Live box? Oh, nice.
I have too many losing harems, and
Nice.
I've already done the Nikkei one over here.
Sweet. I need a I need a I need to check my
And I
Eminence
did
and
Log
Shadow one.
Horizon,
Sweet.
and then I've done 2 Licorice Recoils.
But my nationality is Australian. Also, Razor, trying to save money to get into Magic? Are you fucking insane? Morning, everyone. But yeah, go over to the channel, subscribe to it. We're gonna be doing a couple stuff in the future. It's gonna be fun.
I mean, there is a photo that a maid took with me and Tony, but I was gonna like put Diddy's face over Tony's face.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, that'd be hilarious, dude.
I was like, I don't know if I should or shouldn't, but I'm like, it's so
Dude,
tempting. I
well,
might do it after
well,
stream.
dude, literally, I literally said, listen, I literally said, listen, put Diddy's face over it, because you were like, oh, I was thinking of just putting a smiley face over. I was like, no, Diddy face.
Diddy face. The thing
You got to
is,
do the
my
Diddy
hair
face,
is so terrible. I need to go get a haircut.
dude. You know, listen, we got the maids to do a moe fucking thing
For our
on our
cards.
fucking our cards. We should have good luck. Ace, he wasn't there. The reason why I has shit cards, it's because he didn't get it.
Exactly.
Tony, what are your thoughts on Chinese games and South Korean games taking over the entire gaming industry? Honestly, I am all for it, you know, if they come out with quality games. I don't want you know, just because it's Chinese or Korean, I don't want a sense of reduction quality because they are taking over the market, because, you know, that's what a lot of the gaming industry has become, where, you know, they set the standard, then all of a sudden they begin to lower the standard over time, like fucking Sony. like good transition. But look at what happened to Sony. Um, you know, PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4, Xbox One era, they were fighting a lot when it comes to Xbox 360 and PS3. And then when it came to the next generation, Xbox fumbled really badly to the point where PlayStation picked up the slack and actually won 2 generations, and now Xbox has the right opportunity to take over the gaming industry. I don't want Chinese and South Korean games to take over, and then as a result, it reduces the quality of the gaming industry, and then maybe another country will have to step up and take over from that, and then it's just a cycle, a cycle, a cycle. But we're here to talk about Espiritu's more famous,
Crippling
richer
addiction.
version, also known as Asmongold. The
Yeah,
one he's
Asmongold.
competing against for Kirsch's love. We actually did meme about that.
Uh,
Hey man,
Asmongold,
listen, I'm
even though he doesn't even have the shirt on anymore, he's still got L takes.
well, when you put on an LGBTQ shirt, you get the L first.
So we'll play Asmongold's takes here, and then we'll go over. Well, we might play this one and go. We'll do both because he at least doubles down. So
I think they're making the right decision. I think that they realize that nobody's buying physical media anymore, and it's not worth distributing, producing, and shipping out all of these copies because people just aren't buying them. If you want to ask and you want to wonder why this is happening, it's your fault. It's my fault. It's our fault. If I'm wrong, then why are GameStops full of Funko Pops? Is somebody saying it's Israel's fault? There's a chance that Israel could be involved in this. There's definitely a high probability, probably between like 80 and 90% chance this is because of Israel. I think that we need to go back to having collector's editions and cool boxes like Warcraft 2. And if you want to have that,
by the way, this part here triggers me because it's such a stupid take. Like the principle sounds good until he finishes the actual what he's saying, and it sounds so stupid.
Yeah, I was just like, what are you going on about, mate?
think that you need to be selling these at like a you need to sell them at a and I know the company isn't going to want to hear this. You need to sell them at a loss. You need to sell them at a loss and sell maybe a limited amount of them. Make it to where you can't buy 50 million of them on the internet. 8 million copies.
Again, I pointed this out, but like the grok analysis here is so flawed because it bases it on Expedition 33. And for a lot of you guys should know, Expedition 33 came out digital first. It later got a physical release a month or two later. So this assessment by grok is fundamentally flawed. So I'm sorry, Asmon, your AI buddy is not correct here.
And this is the problem. Asmongold is leaving out context of a point. Like he's constantly, and he is creating a straw man argument throughout his points as well, because this is the thing. This is all by design. PlayStation, Sony, Xbox, they all do this deliberately. They release the physical first, and then, they release the digital first, then the physical. And the simple reason is they understand FOMO kicks in. People want to play the game as soon as it comes out because content creators will buy the game online, they'll stream it, they'll make videos, and then people will sit there and go, ooh, I want to play this. Well, I'll just go buy the digital. And then they won't go get the physical. And so Sony and Xbox and all those have been deliberately creating a FOMO market to incentivize people to go buy digital over physical. Nintendo is notoriously known for this, but funny enough, Nintendo still doesn't really succeed in this area, is that Nintendo will deliberately create like limited amount of stock, right? They will only make a certain amount of physical copies, and I believe the other consoles do this as well, so that people will not have enough physicals to purchase so that they then have to go get a digital. Now, also, on top of all that, with all those numbers, which is something Grok doesn't acknowledge in this, is that a lot of the games being sold are indie developers that do not have a physical copy. They just don't.
Yes.
So when Asmongold uses the argument of 15%, he is deliberately leaving out the entirety of the context of how the deception is done and the fact that a lot of these are digital exclusives.
It also excludes the fact that DLC sales are also included in the factors because, say if I buy a game that's physical and I want the DLC, for example, an expansion pack for, like, say I buy The Witcher 3. It comes with 2 expansions, and like a couple of like, there's free DLC and all that, but essentially, when I buy, The Witcher 3 with 2 expansions, there's 2 expansions that are 2 DLC sales, which is digital. So therefore, that increases the digital sales, whereas the physical copy is reduced because it's just 1. So it's like literally 2 to 1. And then you think about all these other games that have so much DLCs, like season pass, battle passes, small microtransactions, cosmetics, and it just all adds up. The sales inflate. The indie games, that's also a factor that they can't afford the physical release.
I'll let him
Where's
finish.
the
Spiritu and
actual
Tony,
percent?
are you?
Sorry.
Sorry, we got a question about like a chain smoker cat.
I
I
might
did
talk
see
about
that
that
first.
after.
I did see that first episode.
Was it bad?
Well, it's certainly both beautiful and disgusting at the same time. I've never felt so grossed out, and also just it achieved its objective. I'm not a
You want to throw
smoker,
up?
and I don't want to smoke.
Okay.
It was depressing.
I like to refer to it as like Asmongold if he was a smoker.
And poor. And a cat girl.
That too.
The vast majority of sales were digital, with physical contributing to a smaller share. What was the percentage of physical? Likely in the low to mid single-digit percentage.
Now, I'm going to pull up a screenshot that I showed Tony days ago that is going to completely destroy his point here.
Range of total copies sold.
Now, would you like to see the screenshot, chat? This is it here, which I will try and hide my face. And Tony's. Which is this here. Which is around... And it goes over the differences between the free consoles. Between PlayStation, which is 15 to 20% physicals. Xbox, which is 19 to 10% physicals, and then the Nintendo Switch, which includes the Switch 2, 45% are physical copies.
It's insane.
Look at
It is
that.
literally insane.
Yeah. Which just proves, by
And-
the way, that people do desire physical copies. Because people will deliberately go out of their way to buy a physical copy of a Switch, which proves that, by the way, these two individual consoles, PlayStation and Xbox, deliberately create situations that would force you and incentivize you to go buy a digital. And this here with the Switch is still also counting indie developers. So if they didn't count indie developers, it would be even higher. Which proves Asmongold's strawman argument of no one purchases physicals and the people complain and don't care about physicals. That is a strawman argument by Asmongold, which he did the same thing with the lolly stuff, because yet again, he cannot handle being wrong. This is where I'm going to start crashing out, because he is fucking full of shit. He's doing the whole per capita thing that the left does. That is exactly what he is doing. He is trying to look at the facts the way it best suits him and then ignores the bigger picture that there is a massive desire for physicals. It's just the system is stacked to incentivize non-physicals.
Do you know how many physical copies there are on the PlayStation compared to how many how many physical games and how many digital games there are? So someone said that there's around 6 or 7,000 um games on, like, digitally on the PlayStation. Physically, there's around 1,000 or so, 1,000, 1,500 or so. Now I'm not a analytical man, but last time I checked, that is a lot of digital games.
Yeah, it is. And if you're going to buy, say, like, you know, a AAA game would go for $80 to $100 over here. Maybe in America around the same. An indie game goes for like $10, $10, $15, $20. You can buy substantially more indie games than you can physical AAA titles. So naturally, yeah, you're going to buy less bigger physical AAA games than you are small indie games, which is exactly, again, why these numbers are so skewed. This is the problem with what Asmongold is trying to do here, is that he's playing a technicality on facts while ignoring the bigger picture of how the facts are presented. He's not looking at the reason why PlayStation only has 15 to 20%. He's not acknowledging the fact that many games are exclusive to digital. The fact that indie developers are the ones that make them more digital and that they're substantially cheaper so you can buy more of them. The fact that PlayStation deliberately releases games stagnated so the digital will come out months in advance and then the physical comes out later, deliberately creating FOMO. Because content creators are naturally going to cover it.
Another example is I wanted to get this one game on PlayStation 5. It's called Star Wars Dark Force Remastered. So the digital version on the PlayStation Store is around $50 or so. The physical edition from JB Hi-Fi is around $100 or so. It is very expensive, but it's just a lot of people will go to the digital because it is half the price. But also a lot of these games just release digitally first. So they're purposely making it so that digital is just more accessible and a lot more easy for people to get to. And that's not even including DLCs and the indie scene. And it's just insane. Whereas Nintendo Switch, they still have that physical sort of. They're still going for that physical version, and people still buy physicals, as you can see by these statistics, which just proves that PlayStation is, well, PlayStation and Xbox are kind of full of shit.
Yep. Now I want to play Asmongold's second video just to see his double down.
Is that people are getting a false sense of security about owning the piece of plastic, as if that actually gives them any privilege. You can still get hardware locked. You can.
By the way, that's just factually incorrect with most physical games. Asmongold, you are factually incorrect on this. I'll let him finish, but I'm just stating he is factually wrong.
Can still be software locked. Please do not miss the forest from the trees. The holy grail is consumer protections laws and
which you don't fucking give a shit about if you're so promoting getting rid of physicals.
Regulations. Please
So
stop
a lot
thinking
of these games, I will say that from the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X generation onwards, you need to download the patch because sometimes they just do not allow you to get access to the rest of the game. They have your majority of the game on the disc sometimes, but for the most part, it is essentially sort of a disc sort of thing. Like it's essentially a license sort of thing. But the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One era, you could still theoretically play the games if you download it, but it's just his argument here is just awful. It is terrible with how he's sort of explaining it. I don't get what he's trying to convey when it comes to this when it comes to his argument.
Hey, Asmongold, I dare you to software lock this, you fucking retard. Software lock this. I dare you. I dare you software lock this. Oh, you can't! Oh, Asmongold, you can't software lock this. This is a Dungeon Siege CD that still works on my PC that doesn't require internet. Oh, you can't software lock it because it's a physical. Oh, factually incorrect, Asmongold. What about this game? Can't software lock that. 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 That's a Japanese exclusive, by the way, that comes with a special thing. Can't software lock that. Can't software lock that, Asmongold. You can't software lock it. Sure, you can change the software if I choose to download the patch, but you can't force that on me, Asmongold. You can't force that. So go fuck yourself. He is full of shit. He is a compulsive fucking liar that does not know jack shit about gaming because he spent most of his time playing fucking World of Warcraft and had to lie for pirate software because he didn't fucking understand how to use a fucking mage spell to fucking get mana back. Yet he prides himself on understanding every fucking mechanic in a game that he deliberately lied on. Yeah, so I'm crashing out because he fucking does this every single time that he can't handle being wrong on a factual level. He lies, he gaslights, and he strawmans, and then he bitches on his fucking chat and fucking bans people. Because again, Asmongold lies. Oh, they can software. No, they can't unless I choose to download the fucking goddamn internet and allow them to do it.
We got a gem donation.
Okay.
Guess what the donation is?
6, 7.
Yeah. You gonna do it?
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm gonna pull my pants up because I'm in my pajamas.
Oh yeah, wouldn't want your pants, underpants showing, mate. We'll get this demonetized.
Asmongold. Kiss that, you
God.
fucking retard. 6, 7.
Jesus.
I'm so fucking triggered right now.
You know what? I understand it because when I was streaming this earlier, I was fucking pissed.
So fucking triggered. Because he doesn't know jack shit. He plays fucking online games all the time. Like, he plays Path of Exile. He plays World of Warcraft. These are online-only games. So he is used to a system that requires constant internet connectivity. I just don't understand the bootlicking that he does, and the fact that he has to lie and his community fucking eats it up and just gaslights themselves into being like, oh yeah, he's so right, W take, but he's factually incorrect. Yeah, there are some games you can software lock if they're online only.
I do also hate how with a lot of modern games, they're trying to push internet connectivity with single player games, which makes no sense. It's like, why would I need to connect to the internet in order to play a single player game, which does not really need the internet? I'm just playing for leisure. Why would I need to connect to the internet in order to enjoy a single player game where I just want to sit back, relax, and enjoy?
And that's exactly why they do it, to then software lock. That's why they force online connectivity. There should be rules in place to make sure that they can't just make every single game forced online connectivity when it's a single-player game. Single-player games should not be forced online connectivity, period. And more people should kick up a stink about it, because this is exactly why they do it. I mean, I remember when Diablo 3 went online only. People kicked up a stink, but then they still ended up playing it. And he is right on one thing. Consumers do allow this bad predatory behavior. There are a lot of people that will buy digitals rather than physicals. With me, with Nintendo games, I refuse to buy any key code. Refuse. I simply want a physical. That's it.
You see, I feel that when it comes to this sort of situation, PlayStation did a really like if they were going to do this, they should have been more tactical about it, but instead what they did was they literally ripped the band-aid off a gaping wound and it's just gushing out blood because before this whole physical debacle, they delisted 500 movies due to licensing. Then they followed that up with a tweet that involved this sort of situation with the with removing physical copies as well as under that they're getting rid of the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita stores. And in that article that's on my stream that we talked about, they said they're still going on for the foreseeable future. So you can still download your games for the foreseeable future, but there's going to be a time later down the line where you are not able to access the games you have purchased from the store, and if they're not already downloaded on your PlayStation 3 or your PlayStation Vita, they're essentially gone. You cannot download them. And that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. It's like if you're buying these things digitally, once the service is gone, that's it. You no longer have the game, and that's why digital purchasing is always inferior because they can software lock you out. That's why I don't like it. And Asmongold's whole thing here is just, yeah, again, factually incorrect. But I'll let him finish and then I'll crash out again.
Because you own a disc, you have any sort of immutable right over the copyrighted content that you own. Please don't do that. You can dog on me and shit on me and try to disprove me with everything else.
I'm sorry, pause, but how can you be both balding as well as long hair at the same time? At least with you, you have a luscious hair.
I know, right? Fucking never stops growing.
Yeah, but you're getting those gray hairs, man. You need to get that black dye.
Oh, they've slowed down. I started getting grey hairs like 2 years ago, and then they slowed down. So I think I'm safe for the time being.
I mean, true. I mean, listen, last time I tried to give you a compliment, and you literally got insulted, and then now you're a furry, just canonically.
I didn't hear you properly because there was so much noise.
Dude,
and I was like, looking
I
at...
literally said, "Hey, at least you're not a furry," and then you looked at me weirdly. So canonically, you're a furry. I'm sorry. That's just the rules of it.
I was getting scared by all the furries next to us by the table.
This is the one time I'm actually nice to you, and then you just take it as like an insult. So I'm like, "Fuck you, fine, you goddamn, you bloody furry. You're a gay trans flurry who likes fucking, you know, you're a lolicon."
Oh, yeah. I don't know what's worse, being a lolicon or a furry. I'm gonna get lolicon community angry now.
You're a black trans lolicon. That's why.
And Jewish.
And Jewish.
Yeah.
But please do not lose sight of the end goal, which is better consumer protections, because nothing else will solve this problem. And I dislike the foundation of this, which implies that digital ownership should come with less consumer protections. Foundationally and just ideologically, I dislike that. And I don't think that's the way it should be.
That's why people prefer physicals over digitals, because physicals do give you that extra layer of protection. The problem is they've been slowly trying to erode away physical ownership by adding these forced online connectivities, which is what he should be acknowledging, but he's not acknowledging it. Because he's just doing the whole, oh, but you don't know, they can software. Yeah, they can do it to some of those forced online ones.
Also, removing the fact that, you know, physical games are technically a licensing thing. They're essentially a key. But the thing is, though, is that with that key, I could still give, like, if the Spirits had a PlayStation 5, I got a PlayStation 5, and I wanted to give him a game to borrow, I could just go over to his place, give him the game, say, here, listen, play this, and then you can do that. All he needs to do is put it in the console, and then he can install it, play the game, and that's it. He can give it back to me when he's done with it. But you can't do that with a digital game. If I wanted to give him, I can't let him borrow my games anymore because that's the only way how now. But with this, I would have to literally buy a fucking a digital code from my fucking store and say, here you go, buddy. You can borrow this, which technically I'm just buying it for you.
It also, and I thought this is interesting, a politician said this, it actually ruins Christmas.
Yeah. I don't know if we talked about this before, but Channel 9 in Australia has been doing a lot of coverage on video games, and a lot of these you know, Channel 9 is talking to a lot of politicians, a lot of these you know, people who don't really represent you know, gamers, and they are just bringing up a lot of valid proper points in regards to this whole situation. And you got a $20 donor from Rise, so
Much appreciate that, Risa. I guess we've got to give her the choice, don't we?
ladies first.
Yep. Alright, Risa. You get to choose between unboxing... Oh, Jesus. Fucking Christ! They're all stuck in here.
Jesus.
Alright, do we unbox the Pokemon cards, one box, or a boatload of these? It's not one, but a boatload of these.
He wants you to pick the DXD ones.
Chat wants the DXD, let's be real here.
Alright.
chat's just gonna be like DXD, DXD,
DXD. I'm in for the DXD, man, baby.
DXD. It will be DXD. We'll do that after
That
the PlayStation.
the boatload. I mean, Reese, listen, man spends at least $1,000 on fucking cards, and well, it was $2,000 on cards, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's between
And then like
1,500 to 2,000.
and then $1,000 on figures.
Yeah.
Bro spend a lot. I mean, listen, I have many.
Convention.
That was a crazy convention, dude. The fucking what's funny is we went in the first day and we're like, all right, we spent all our money, mission accomplished. We'll get him next time. The second day, we fucking go in. I fucking lure you over to the cards section. I got fucking debated by myself with a reverse Uno card.
Yeah, this is the funniest shit ever. This little shit. I was over in the figure section, and he comes up to me. He goes, "Oh, they've got more Nikkei cards." So he drags me over to the card stall, and in fact, he did not. But there, in his mind, there was none. He was lying. But they did have Nikkei cards, and then they had 2 more of these, which he bought 2 of them for $600, and then he started having buyer's remorse. So I bought one of them for $300.
I had to. He was going to get it anyway, but I was like, listen, I cannot financially cripple myself.
All right, we'll do it after the PlayStation section. So if you stick around and you're a DXD fan, you get to see what these are. Though, God, I hope I don't get banned.
Dude, you're gonna dude, listen. If you want, I can search through some of the cards that they have and see if I don't think there are any booby ones, but there's probably gonna be bra ones.
Oh yeah. 300. Yeah, these are very rare. These are very rare.
Again, we're referring to 300 Australian.
Yeah.
So it is technically less for you Americans.
For Americans.
Yeah. And that's probably, it's actually insane because the DXD cards, it's so rare to get DXD stuff outside of Japan right now. Because I got a friend in Japan and we talked about this. I was talking with the Spiritu about this, and he was basically like, dude, do not spend your money, because I was gonna like spend a lot more because of my friend in Japan. But some of the figures over there are insane. So there was a secondhand season 2 Akino model, and that was around $889 for DXD. There's a lot of DXD stuff in Japan that you can't get elsewhere. It's insane. Also, yes, I have heard that Stellar Blade and Life of P is coming to Switch too. I would probably get them because I like physical copies. I cannot wait to, get some more games for the Switch. Probably Fire Emblem's probably going to be one I'm probably going to be getting.
I'll get Ocarina of Time and Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Asmongold talked about Sony, and indeed they can hardware lock if you, for example, need DLC content, same with the Switch too. Yes, but that's the thing, you need the DLC, which means you've got to basically convert it to an online-only DLC software. But as far as physicals go for actual games, yeah, they can't just lock you out of the physical game. And see, that's the problem. Again, thank you for the super chat, Reza. Looking forward to seeing them. It will be a lot of fun. Thank you. We'll open them afterwards and unwrap them. But yeah, this is Asmongold's tweet in itself, which he goes, the fixation around physical media is a red herring. I don't understand. It feels like he said something and he realizes he's wrong, so he doubles down. People who obtained physical copies of Chrisman Desert early weren't able to play it because the PS5 locked them out of playing. Yeah, because it's an online game. This is a bad faith argument. This is an online game, and this is exactly what he's using. He's using non-single player games that don't need online connectivity as his argument.
Also, yeah. Crimson Desert initially started as like an MMO sort of online-only game. So when they transitioned and pivoted to a single player sort of experience, it still had some online connective tissue to it. That's why when you remove a lot of the uh, sort of online aspects to it, it does feel a bit more bare bones. An example of this is a game that everyone fucking hates. I hate. Like I fucking streamed it like day one, and that was Dragon Age Veilguard. The game was essentially designed initially to be a co-op experience video game. But the thing is, though, was that when Anthem did very poorly, they pivoted to a single player experience. So a lot of aspects of the multiplayer experience was technically in there. The branching choices was barely a part of the game. Why do you have to kick boxes in order to get sort of loot? It is very much a symptom of the original multiplayer sort of thing. So when you transition from multiplayer to single player, there are still going to be remnants of it, and internet connectivity is one of them.
Yeah. And the whole Asmongold talked about Sony, and indeed they can hardware lock if, for example, you need a DLC content. Well, there's the first thing. It's DLC content. It's online. It's not a physical. The same with the Switch 2. If you banned, you cannot go and download or buy DLC content. And that exactly proves my point. That actually proves Asmongold's wrong, because you're using DLC, which is online only. So it proves the whole issue of why DLC content can be a net negative for physical games, and why selling uncompleted games is also a net negative. And which is something we didn't really have much of DLC content back in the old days, because back then they would actually make a game and complete a game, right? And this is the issue with gaming, is gaming has become more about a live service rather than you owning something physically. It's the erosion of the physical ownership, which is exactly the thing that Asmongold is not acknowledging. And instead, he's kind of making these weird straw man arguments of Chrisman Desert, and it's like, yeah, it was an online game. You
I
can
will
look this up.
also
Sorry.
Sorry, I was also gonna say that a lot of these games, like if you're lucky, you get a lot of the majority of the game on the disc. The issue is that they usually leave a bit of the patch, like the day one patch, on digital, so you need to download that in order to access the full game, which I think is a lot of bullshit. Why not just have the full game on the disc so you could just put it in and play? But you have to hide that behind the patch. It's essentially a glorified key at this point.
Yeah. And he said no one wants to buy physical media, and pulled some stats out of his ass. Well, the
Ugh.
stats he technically pulled up are correct from a technicality standpoint, but he doesn't acknowledge the full context of the stats itself, and instead cherry picks how they're presented. It's like how the left doesn't like per capita. And
So yeah, what the stats that he brought up in the grok is essentially he is taking the stats of Expedition 33. Now, I did discuss this on my stream earlier today, but essentially the stats that he has gotten is literally the information from like the digital versus physical sales on Expedition 33. And guess what? Expedition 33 came out digitally before physical. Shocker, I know, but a month after the digital release, they got a physical release. So his argument while using Grok is flawed because you are basing it off the digital sales, which came out before the physical release. And guess what? The physicals actually did rather well, all things considered. But in comparison to the digital sales, which had a whole month advantage over physicals, you've got to give it some leeway.
exactly. Clearly, physical media didn't save you then, and it won't save you when licensing agreements expire and a game will no longer run on your software until you download an update that might. And this is he's proving my point. This is why online forced connectivity is bad. That's the whole reason why they're able to do software locks to games now, is because they force online connectivity. If forced online connectivity wasn't so much of an issue and the physicals didn't require that, then this wouldn't be a problem, because once you buy the game, you own the game. And yeah, I understand some people say, oh, but games back then would have still bugs and all that. Yeah, we still have games that are released now that still have bugs, even after like 6 patches. Bugs still exist, and it encouraged developers to make sure that they thoroughly tested games before they ever physically released. That's why there were far less bugs now. There are so many games that come out that shouldn't have bugs in them, but they have bugs in them because they do shit development, because their mindset is, oh, well, we'll fix it in a patch later. That's why there are so many more bugs in games these days, not because they're more complex games, but because developers are just told, yeah, ship it out the way it is, we can deal with the bugs in a patch. They've got a cheat code for being lazy.
They got to hit that release day sort of financial incentive, you know, because you know they have to like get it out by the end of the physical year, and you know, it's just sometimes annoying because, like the biggest disappointment in gaming history was probably not Expedition 33. I was thinking of Cyberpunk 2077. The hype for that game was insane. Everyone I talked to was, you know, absolutely ecstatic to get it. We finally got it, and it was a buggy mess to the point where you could barely play it at times. And that is the issue with a lot of games now, where instead of having a day one game where it fully works, you can get from the beginning of the game to the end of the game relatively, you know, without having much problems. Maybe a couple of visual glitches here and there. Oh, maybe some out of sync dialogue. No, in this case, it's very much a buggy mess where you can't even complete it.
A good example of this is ironically Mixtape, because the game has a large amount of licensed music. I mean, to be honest, Mixtape is the worst example to use because, again, it is a Steam game that you buy, and yeah, it has a lot of licensed music. I just feel like this is like the worst argument because it isn't a physical game. It's on Steam. It's plausible that one of these contracts will expire and the patch will push that removes the song from the game. Yeah, if it was a physical game and there was no forced online connectivity, you wouldn't have this problem. Like literally, he's advocating why physicals are superior while trying to use an argument to say it's not. If you don't
He's
download that
also
patch, sorry.
he's also moving the goalpost, like, because like
Mm.
the initial thing was it's about physical media, right? And then he's essentially moving the goalpost. So it's like, oh, it's licensing and all that. He's not really addressing the whole physical issue, because another thing that a lot of people aren't really bringing up about the whole physical aspect is that you are essentially removing the disk drive where it has multi-use functions, because I can use my PlayStation 5 to watch movies. You know, I can use it to, I went over to my friend's place and we used the PlayStation 5 as a way to watch anime. And, you know, we would just sat down, we just put in a disc and we just watched anime. Now, if you remove the disc drive, or I would need to go out and buy like a Blu-ray player, a 4K Blu-ray player, which is like $165, if that, like a bit more than that. When I could just buy a PlayStation 5, it has the disc attachment to it, so I can just plug it in. It's a bit more expensive, sure, because it plays games and all that, but it still is a good DVD player.
Yeah. Physical media isn't the holy grail, and no one's saying that, by the way, because physical media has been eroded away due to these online only systems. Consumer rights and protections is why aren't we using Apple Lightning cable and we're using USB instead? It's not because of Apple, it's because of the EU. Sure, and the EU has laws where they're basically gunning over Sony over having a monopoly with their digital storefront. So, to be honest, as much as I think EU has a lot of problems, they might actually have a W here for once. While PC players have more work around this issue, console play, and that's one of the reasons why PC players didn't care as much about losing physicals, because most of them just work around the software issues anyway, with patches and all the rest. I mean, I used to play Terraria. I pirated Terraria for like the longest part. I had a pirated version for a whole year until a friend bought it for me on Steam, which I was going to buy, but I played it to get to know how the game played, and then a friend bought it for me and I own the game now. Console players are at the mercy of updates. They have no choice but to accept. Physical media won't save you from that. And I think physical media gives you a safeguard that digital doesn't. Digital just has too many. I don't think digital is inherently evil. I think digital has a good place when it comes to online style games. But physical media has a lot of strengths.
Another thing, like that needs to be brought up is that because like with digital, they can just pluck it at will. They can just delete your game from your Steam library, PlayStation library, Xbox library, whatever it may be. Um, but what they can't do is go to every single house that has bought a PlayStation game, come in and take your PlayStation copy away from you. They can't do that. I still have my Battlefield 6 the hard copy because I buy a lot of my games physical. They would literally need to come to my house, say, "Hey, listen, the licensing for Battlefield 6 is up, hand it over." They would need to do that. But if the licensing is gone on digital, they can easily revoke it.
Yep. The reason why record labels still sell vinyls is because people still buy vinyls. Which, by the way, this is where Asmongold really proves just how stupid he is, because he literally proves why I'm right and why he's wrong. And I'll reread this. The reason why record labels still sell vinyls is because people still buy vinyls. To be very clear, vinyls basically went out of fashion many years ago. People stopped buying vinyls for the longest period. And then there
Especially when
was a
the
desire
CDs came out, yeah.
Yeah, because
The
CDs
CDs was like a big
obsoleted
one.
them. And then, over the last bunch of years, people have been going, hey, I want vinyls. I like owning something physically. That's one of the main reasons why people get vinyls, is because they want a physical release of something. That exactly is the point. There is still a massive desire for physicals, but because they stack the data with these digital-only games and all the rest, he uses the numbers and twists them, because again, the Nintendo Switch, including the Switch and the Switch 2, proves that there is a desire for physical copies. That includes the percentages of, again, indie games that only have a digital release, which proves that Zach Asmongold is factually incorrect with this idea that there just isn't this desire for physicals. There is. There always has been. Thus is why vinyls have become popular again. I can tell you right now, in probably the next 10 years, there'll probably be a resurgent desire for CDs. And to prove that, and this is where Tony's going to get very upset and jealous at me right now.
Oh, God.
I know. I'm a bastard. Oh, look.
Again, I'm literally having to check up on YouTube chat, so
He'll get a delayed response because he'll see it in like a couple of minutes.
yeah, I probably will, because I'm with you, YouTube chat. I'm with you. Oh, son of a bitch!
I have the entire collection of the CDs for Nikkei soundtracks that are available physically.
They are fucking good.
Oh yeah, they are phenomenal. The music for Nikkei is absolutely beautiful.
Also, Rise didn't send a 6-7, but she did send 2 jewels for a star.
I don't know if I should do it.
What, a 6-7? It was
Yeah.
just it was just a star, 2 jewels. But if you want to do the 6-7, you're welcome to do it. I'll laugh.
Alright, chat. We'll do the 6-7 again.
It's not a 6-7. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I tried, guys. I tried.
I'm doing it just to annoy chat. 6-7.
God damn it. All right, I tried, chat. No, it's not. Listen, I can't control him when it comes to that. He just likes it. Also, hello, Karnak Cat.
Connor Cat, I bought the shaver, by the way, that you kept telling me that I need to shave my beard for. So I actually got it. Which was funny because I got it on Friday. But now, we continue. While there are, I'm sure, people who still purchase video games physically, this is a shit ton, I would guess that number is decreasing every year. I disagree with that. I feel like the desire for physicals becomes more desirable as more people realize just how predatory digital purchasing can be. Once people
And also, it's
realize,
cheaper. It's cheaper
Yeah.
too, because you know, I remember back to the day one release of God of War Ragnarok. So the digital release was around $130. The EB Games release was about $125. The JB Hi-Fi release was around $110. $110. You know, that is a staggering difference. And what? You're gonna take that away? You're gonna charge the same price for a digital code? Well, guess what? People are not gonna go to stores like JB Hi-Fi and EB Games to buy games. No, they're gonna go to digital, and you know what? They're gonna complain about it. And uh, listen, consumers, they can eventually fall in line eventually. But I do think this was a bridge too far, even for the average consumer. The PlayStation faithful will fucking gobble this up,
Mm.
but I think this is a bridge too far.
If physical copies were popular, GameStop would still have video games in instead of Funko. Well, to be very clear, they do still have physical games, but Funko Pops just sells so well these days. Like merch, it's just like really popular. That's why they have stores like Zing. And also the fact that, again, these consoles are deliberately creating limited stock so that you're forced to go online. This is the part that frustrates me, is Asmongold is not acknowledging the dirty practices that Sony and Xbox have been trying to do for years to incentivize. And this is the thing, as much as Microsoft is dunking on Sony right now, don't get it mixed. Microsoft want to do exactly the same thing. They're just using this as marketing. So don't sit there and be like, yeah, Microsoft's on our side. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're using you so that they can get some quick sales for marketing. That's it. That's all it is.
Do you remember what recently the best incentive uh, EB Games has done for their stores? It has introduced retro games. Do you know how many times I've gone into my local EB Games and people have picked up and bought physical copies of retro games?
It's like,
That
and that's exactly why Microsoft and Sony don't like it, because they don't get a cut of it.
Yeah, and guess what? It's saving a lot of it's saving EB Games. It's not the best idea for sure. I would prefer if they had introduced a lot more uh there's a lot more dedicated sections to EB Games, to not to EB Games, to PlayStation games, Nintendo Switch games, and Xbox games. But with the introduction of the retro games, I could buy like a physical copy of like say Need for Speed if I wanted to. I can buy uh a quote unquote retro game such as Red Dead Redemption Red Dead Redemption on 360 compared to say a digital code for the Nintendo Switch, you know? Because the Nintendo Switch copy of Red Dead Redemption is an online code. It is an online code.
I know this is an unpopular take to have, but you can't expect companies to keep making physical editions of games if people are not, which again is just factually not correct. People do desire physical copies. They're deliberately creating a system where they make people go for digital slowly to get people used to digital purchasing. That's what they've been trying to do for years. Microsoft and Sony have been doing the same thing, and even Nintendo to some degree have been doing it as well, where they're trying to get consumers used to buying things digitally so that they can slowly obsolete physicals. They've been wanting to do this for ages because they then control the software, they then control the updates, they can license it, upsell you all kinds of shit, and then constantly sell you retro increased versions. It's all just about subscription models and extra revenue streams. Again, this is where I get frustrated because Asmongold is not acknowledging that the fact that Sony and Microsoft have and Nintendo have all played a part in deliberately forcing people and incentivizing through FOMO to go to digital over physical. And he's playing it as if this is all on the choice of the consumer, when, yeah, the consumer is some part at fault here, but not entirely.
Also, another thing is that when you remove the physical copies and all that, and you just focus on digital, like there are some games from the previous generations that you just can't play on modern hardware. For example, I have the Resistance trilogy, Resistance 1, 2, and 3 on PlayStation 3. I can't play it on PS4 or PlayStation 5. The data just doesn't transfer. The best I can do is play a PlayStation Vita game. That's the best I can do. A lot of these physical games are like a rare time capsule also. of like, a bygone era. Now it's just essentially just what? A digital code that can be taken away from me at will?
My point with this is that a lot of people concern and frustration comes from the lack of control they have over media they own. Physical media does not solve this problem when at the mercy of software run. And this is exactly my point, Asmongold, and everyone else's. The reason why physicals have lost power is because of online-only app connectivity and DLC content. This is the exact frustration, is that he's acknowledging that we're right, and he's literally building points that prove our point, but then trying to use it as oh, well, actually, you're wrong. It's so stupid how he can say so much to prove our point, and yet not once ever actually prove his own point.
Do you remember back in the day when video games, like with the really good selling ones and the really popular single player ones, they would have a secondary disc where it would have all of the DLC attached to it? Like they would sell physical copies of the DLC to put in your console and install it.
Well, back in
Like,
the old days, we called those expansion packs, and they came with more than just 5 extra skins and maybe an extra zone. Look
yeah.
at the old days of Age of Empires, right? You had the original version, then you had the expansion pack, which came with a bunch of extra content. And yeah, those expansions probably cost a little bit more, but you actually got tenfold more content in the game. They were expansion packs. Those were the equivalent of what we have now as DLCs. They turned expansion packs into a forced DLC and then sold them and then stacked it on those, again, those numbers. And this is exactly the point. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, they've been doing this for ages, slowly trying to create an obsoleted system. Then you get the battle chest. Yes, and the battle chest was great if you're an old school fan suddenly getting back into it. Or if you just wanted to buy the entire... Physicals were always superior in every way, and every point that Asmongold brings up is completely debunked if you look at old school physicals. And that's why I do think there needs to be regulation. I think that games should not be forced online connectivity unless it is something like an MMO or a Path of Exile or something like that, where it is a multiplayer style game. But if it is a single player based game, then it should not require forced online connectivity. Now, the only downside to digital and physical is indie developers. Indie developers are the ones that suffer the most because no one's going to want to spend an extra $10 for a physical on a $10 game. And that's the only downside about indie developers, is they're the ones that generally suffer the most out of this. This is why digital does have as good benefits when it comes to indie developers. But I feel like they can follow down the same kind of path as one of the storefronts on PC, where you could download the game online and then store it on a device that you could then use on a console. Kind of like how you have like portable hard drives, USB ports, etc.
Also, another thing that physical does like the only negative really when it comes to physical is just space. Like where to put it in your own physical home. That's just the only negative when it comes to physical media. When it comes to digital media, there is a lot more downsides than upsides. And it's just when when your biggest issue for physical media is literally where to put it, you must be doing something right.
Yeah.
You having fun with your little card toy thing
Yeah.
with DXD? You getting a little impatient?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited to, because then we can send them to Ace. But he's probably asleep now.
He's probably asleep. It's gonna be funny.
Exactly.
Is that an Asia?
Yeah, it was an Asia. It was a simple one.
Nice. I approve.
I agree. And I mean, of course, Sony's been trying to cover this all up. They've been trying to hide all their community posts. Asmongold is failing to realize that PS5 has like 7,500 games, but something around 6,500 of them only have digital releases and never were printed on physical discs.
Yeah.
Exactly the point that we were making. And of course, your market is going to have higher digital sales when most of the games are digital only. And this is exactly why Asmongold's point is entirely bad faith, because he's ignoring the fact that most of the games were digital only. No one was given an option to buy it physically. And I'm not saying that every game has to be physical, because many indie developer games sell very small games that sell for pennies on the dime. No one wants a lot of people don't want to buy a CD just to store something that would be like 100 meg or a gig in size. But that being said, if we had devices like portable drives where you could store them on and you physically then store that game there and permanently own it, I don't think people would have a problem with. And PlayStation and Sony and Microsoft and all that deliberately make their hardware suck when it comes to disc size to then upsell it, to then continuously force this whole like server cloud kind of bullshit as well, to then sell an additional service.
Another thing we forgot to mention is like some of these consoles, they come with a digital game too. For example, my version of my PlayStation was the Spider-Man limited edition sort of copy. It came with a digital code for Spider-Man on the PlayStation, Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 5. So this is negating the fact that like you got your Switch and you didn't buy with any games, right? Like in terms of like like digital games, you just bought the normal Steam Nintendo Switch, right?
Yep. I had the
Yeah,
option of getting Mario Kart, but when they said that, I was like, "Is that the digital code only?" And they're like, "Yes," and I went, "I don't want it."
exactly. Because the thing is though is that is also included in their sales. So a lot of people, especially family members, they would see this and they're like, "Oh, okay, it comes with the game as well. Oh, we'll get that one. We'll get that edition because it comes with a video game." Whereas, it just doesn't come with a physical copy anymore.
I actually dislike physical games for Switch because it's annoying to switch around the cartridges. I don't really see a problem with them, and I actually think Nintendo doing that was probably the smartest idea, because they don't have to deal with licensing problems when it comes to CDs. But also, it's a lot more protective. Those little cartridges are very kind of compact. They can store a lot, and they're just like little game cartridges. I mean, they're great.
To some extent, I kind of get where he's coming from because it can be a bit finicky, but it's just sort of like personally, I am a guy that prefers a CD or a DVD, so I can just slip it in. It's just easier. I am that sort of guy that prefers a DVD player.
Maybe I'm nostalgic
But
for the old Nintendo 64 cartridge.
true, yeah. But I don't know. There's something about like I don't know. I always like it when you just slip in a disc and it's just like ooh, it just lights up. I don't know. It maybe you just like a bit more hands on when it comes to um your physical media, like inserting the cartridge and all that.
Potentially. I think it's cool.
Hey, both are great. It's physical media.
Physical media, exactly.
Look at us complaining about how we like to put in our cartridges versus discs. Whereas, what, digital media? Oh, yeah, I really liked how I installed it and it did it in like 2 hours. Amazing.
Remember the old days in the Nintendo 64, you blow the cartridge out, did absolutely nothing, but you did it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it was great, wiping the disc off, wiping the dust off a disc, got that fine little bit, you got that nice little, oh, man. It was great, great times, man.
But yeah, and this is another thing as well. If you have not used your account for at least 36 months, we may take steps to close it, in the case that we will contact you via email, email address registered to your account, and give you 6 months to either log in to your account or contact us to tell us to keep your account open. Like I said, at the end of the day, they're never going to keep all these games up. They'll never keep these services up. They will always find a way to remove it and then resell the... And this is something that they'll do, right? They'll release a game, and then maybe after 10 years, they'll remove it off their shop, and then they'll re-release a remake of it with slightly more bells and whistles, and then upsell you it for an extra bloody what would be $60 then would be $80 the next time, and then they'll resell it again another 10 years later for $100. Like, they're just going to continuously, deliberately remove your... And that's the thing, you do not own the game as a digital asset thing. It's just a license to play it.
Well, PlayStation has been abusing sort of like they've been pushing a lot when it comes to gamers in general. Like for example, The Last of Us and the remaster versus the remake and that sort of thing. And it's just been they've been pushing a lot of the consumers' goodwill, and I think this is the result of it, where they basically they threw three haymakers, and gamers were just like, nah, uh, we can't we can't put up with this bullshit anymore. And I think this is the result of it.
Master Goer, everyone is being disingenuous about mentioning that this all began with Steam, Sony, Microsoft just want to do what Steam did with the PC ecosystem. I mean, that isn't something we're not acknowledging, right? It is something that inevitably Sony and Microsoft want to do, right? Yeah, we know that. And Steam definitely is not perfect, right? They do some really stupid shit from time to time. It's why I always say I'm not a fan. And I've said this on my channel for over a year now, that one of the biggest problems that I have with Steam is that you don't own the game. At any point in time, Gab could disappear and suddenly be like, oh no, all your games are now no longer... He can do the same thing as Sony and Microsoft can do, because he's not going to be in charge of Steam forever. So inevitably, that can happen. So it's why I prefer the idea of being able to download a game and permanently own it and store it on a server of your own, or a portable hard drive, or whatever physical media you desire. I'm not a big fan of digital, again, when it comes to Steam, because Steam doesn't let you... There's, I forget what it's called, there's a site that allows you to buy the games, and it has like a system where you can download
GOG.
it and store it. GOG, that's it. And they allow
GOG
you...
GOG is the best. In terms, it's the most consumer friendly. It's DRM free. You can essentially download the information off the game and burn it onto a disk, and you can still technically have a physical copy of the game that you have purchased. That is the brilliant thing about GOG. The issue that we're talking about when it comes to Steam, when it comes to Epic, when it comes to all of these other sites, excluding GOG. Now, GOG has some issues, sure. It's not the greatest site ever. It's not accessible like Steam. But that being said, it is the most player-friendly sort of site, like gaming site, PC site. But Epic, all of these sites, they can turn on a dime if they wanted to. Also, Resay sent 10 jewels, gold coins, and and sparkles, 2 jewels. So that works out to be... Yeah, I guess do you want to do the fucking your bullshit 6-7 thing to piss off chat? Oh, God.
I'm getting old, bro. I'm getting old.
I know, old man. I get it. I get it.
6, 7. I swear to God, at some point, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
It's okay, buddy.
I mean, PC at least has the option to buy some... Oh my God, 6. I just finished 6, 7.
You got to do another one, buddy. I'm sorry.
I just do it in the chair. 6, 7.
You're getting so old, man. You're old. You're lazy, you bastard.
I need some Hot Wheels on these chairs and...
Oh, God, do you want me to get you the walking stick, the stroller?
Oh yeah, I had one of those. Not for me.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You know what? We're doing one. Don't know where to bloody put the rubbish, but we'll find somewhere. I don't know where the fuck to put the rubbish. We'll put it down there and I'll clean it later.
You need to get a fucking exclusive bid just for your packets, man.
I know, right? I'm gonna get a container temporarily to store it, and then I've got a carry case for them all. Oh, you get the little code. Interesting. Let's see what we got.
I got hit with an ad and Tony vanished. I'm still here. It's just he hid me because he's, you know, doing his card thing.
Yeah.
Nice cards.
I know, right? We'll do a couple, and then we'll get into the next topic.
Can I just say, I don't know why, I'm just cringing that you're holding it without gloves. I don't know why.
I could go get gloves, but my hands aren't dirty, so I'm lucky.
Yeah. I bet.
What do you think I do with my hands?
I know what you do. This is the Goon Lord. Do you not think I not know what you do?
Hey, I'm very hygienically clean, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, after you quote unquote goon, what, you go through a fucking decompression chamber?
Okay, so I got
yes,
a code. What?
No, you got a code for the
So the first one I got a
DXD?
code, but I realized the codes are the replacements for the rares.
I think Ace was telling us about it, and basically there's like a game system to it, and that's like prizes and shit.
It's actually kind of shiny, so it's kind of hard to show.
Oh, okay, it looks all right.
Jesus.
From what I could see, that is fucking bright though. Like it's like okay, yeah, you gotta turn it like all the way to the side for us to see, because like it is fucking like
Yeah, it's
insane.
really bright, and that's like the lowest setting. It's so annoying.
Who is that? Is that Xenon? Not Xenon. Fuck.
Um,
What's the blue head? Zenobia. Zenobia. That's it.
Yeah.
Is that Zenobia? Yeah.
No,
Oh, we can see now. Yay.
you're just gonna do it in the dark.
God. Also, wow, dude, I could certainly see your material. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's my memes.
I know I could see your memes, but I can also see certainly one meme that's very interesting. It's a video from earlier this year. Interesting.
Is it the demi one?
No, it's not the Demi one. It's the pink hair girl.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I'm planning to upload that on X at some point.
Nice.
Because the guy that actually made the video DM'd me a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
He was like asking.
He said,
He's
"Go
like,
ahead."
He's like, why is heaps of people following me all of a sudden?
Because peak.
Because new drama. So.
Also, someone said Chainsmoker Cat is great.
Fuck you.
Listen. It is visually beautiful at times, but it's a piece of shit of an anime. There, I said it. I'm sorry.
It's a story about why you shouldn't smoke.
100 Girlfriends is better, from the same studio, so watch that.
Oh, the drama for 100 Girlfriends. I want to do a video on that after stream.
Is it the incest?
Yeah.
It's the incest, yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. Because fucking incest is incest.
I can't say that because I have a girlfriend. Not girlfriend, a fucking sister. So I can't say that. I'm still sort of shocked that we still do not have DxD season 5, but we have Rent a Girlfriend season 6.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. I don't know if I should
What's
show that.
ooh? What? Show it.
Alright, we'll get to it.
If you can't show it, you can DM it to me, and then I'll fucking
You take credit
I'll
for
approve or disapprove.
it.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, these are some good shit. This is some good cards, man.
That was the shiny one that you'll see at the end that I quickly didn't keep up for long.
Yes. Of
Alright,
course.
we'll do one more pack, and then we'll continue on with the topics, and then we'll do the rest later. I don't even know how many we opened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we did 5 so far.
Rent a Girlfriend is going to have more seasons and remakes than Dragon Ball.
Good.
I wouldn't be surprised. It would just farm out drama, though. We're going to cover when when a certain rejection happens, and my god, it's going to be a nuclear fallout all over again. Yeah, these are some nice cards.
They are, actually. How many have I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 left.
All from yeah, this is all from season 4. It's a shame that they didn't have it. Like, I know it'd be super expensive, like $400, but I wish they did have cards from like season 3, season 2, season 1.
Yeah, they probably do, but they're probably all limited now.
Got a donation.
Thank you, Rize, for the donation. You have a super cool room. Those cards are so big. Thank you. One other thing I wanted to show.
God, that's so hot.
It's so good that they do the adult version. And it's perfect timing too, because of the 2 episodes for Mushoku Tensei came out. And then you have like, boom, just that, straight up, peak.
Like, I will say, when it comes to like order of which girls I like, I think Sylphiette's probably my favorite because she actually genuinely loves them and has been in the least amount of controversy. The most controversial thing she had was Rudy assumed that she was a dude. That's about it. And then you got Roxy, which you rightfully pointed out at the con, kind of groomed him. Well, I say kind of, pretty much groomed him. And then you got Eris, which basically, hey, listen, let's have sex, and then I'm going to leave you, and leave you pretty much with your dick in your hand, and like you're gonna have erectile dysfunction for an arc. Sorry, buddy.
Rip. Now, have you seen the new Sylphie figure?
No, I haven't, but I did see the one that Ace bought, and that was pretty good. Oh no, I did see this one. That looks so good. Yeah. You know what? It's peak. Love
It's
it.
peak.
You know what, chat? This is what men want. It's an absolutely disgusting male fantasy of a man just wanting to have a beautiful wife and a child.
That's good. Now, Mushoku Tensei hate. It's just like it's already tiring. Is that his first daughter?
Got-
Yes, that's his. Actually, I think that's his son. Actually,
Looks like a boy.
yeah. I forget, even though I read the light novels. Yeah. I mean, we've got all this kind of new Mushoku Tensei drama going on that I definitely think is interesting, to say the least.
I'm tired, man. When it comes to Mushoku Tensei, I'm tired. Every fucking time this season, like this show comes around, everyone comes out of the fucking woodwork to attack it.
Yeah, and it's always the same bogus rubbish. What else was there? Oh yeah, the fact that Mushoku Tensei Season 3 is already facing controversy after its 2 episodes were hit with a wave of low ratings. Episodes 1 and 2 open with a new season with Eris' training arc, shifting the focus from Eris after her separation from Rudius. While many fans rated the episode highly, rating charts being shared online show both episodes receiving over 13% star rating. From what I understand, and I think I brought some tweets, apparently some of it is coming from ReZero fans. I don't think the entire ReZero community is behind this, to be very clear. I think this is just some toxic people. But I do know for a fact there are some ReZero fans that are, like, desperate to mass downvote Mushoku Tensei.
Which I don't get because, like, didn't you say, like, the authors like, I remember, like, correctly thinking that the
Yeah.
authors are all friends, like,
Yes.
both of them as well as the Konosuba, author, like, a lot of the isekai authors are, like, they're pretty tight-knit.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of, most of these authors, they all get along. And I think it's just so stupid how we see these infighting between anime fans over series that authors are friends on. It is so just overdone. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Is the cat in the room? No, I booted it out.
Yeah, the only pussy that's in that room is a Spiritu.
Exactly.
Hey, listen,
She
you
won't
finally agreed with me on something.
My cat won't actually. It's scratched at the door a couple of times during stream already, because it won't shut up once it gets in here. It just circles around me like endlessly.
It's hungry.
Why can't ReZero MT just make friends through? I don't get it, to be honest. ReZero has this problem, and it's not all again, but there is this weird part of the ReZero community that has this obsession about attacking every isekai that exists, with this whole idea that no anime should exist except ReZero because ReZero is the superior anime, and oh blah blah blah, everything's bad, so we should just dunk on. It's just, there are some very heavy Puritans in the ReZero community that I absolutely just look at and go, you are a bad representation of the ReZero community. And there are some content creators that are feeding on that as well, just to get attention. There are some. Which is ironic, because one of the content creators that is feeding into it steals translations from other content creators and then does sloppy jobs going over the content in the web novels itself, and then has to be corrected by other content creators. So some ReZero fans, their champions are not exactly the best people of examples, and a lot of them are just grifters that are just looking for attention, but some of them are just too psychotic to acknowledge that, again, other isekais can exist. But yeah, that's because, like saying Naruto shouldn't exist because of Dragon Ball. Yeah, it's like that. It's stupid.
Yeah. God forbid there's another, for example, shonen that comes out that, as long running as One Piece and all that. One Piece is it's up there, but I'm just saying, there's like Naruto, there's a lot of the modern stuff, there's Dragon Ball, there's all these, shonens that just, that they don't have to be compared to just One Piece and all that. That they're different. It's okay to be. It's okay to have the same genre, just different. I mean, there's tons of isekais out there. ReZero being the end all be all of isekais, it's ridiculous.
And to the person complaining about my thumbnail being AI for the podcast, I'm gonna break your mind here. A lot of my thumbnails use AI.
Oh, what?
And you wouldn't notice because, surprise, surprise, they don't look AI, because what I do is I go to Grok and I take an image of, say, like, Freeren. This is one I did the other day. I grabbed Freeren and I said, can you make her have a mocking face pointing towards the right? Does that,
and
I clip it out and then I put it in a thumbnail.
And listen, the truth is that even though you may say, oh, listen, my content creator doesn't use thumbnail, look, maybe they might not use it. Chances are every other YouTuber that you follow probably does AI.
Most content creators use a lot of AI now in their thumbnails. And the algorithms built on AI, everything's built on AI now. You cannot escape AI. And I don't use
And
AI fully for everything because I do still mold
hmm,
my thumbnails. So I just sometimes will grab something and I'll be like, hey, another thing that I do sometimes is I'll grab an image and I'll send it to Grok and I'll say, can you clean the image up, make it more clearer? And then I take that and then I snippet it. Or I get it to expand the size of the image and clear it up.
you know what's also funny is that if they don't use AI in the thumbnail or whatever, they will use AI for topics. They will use AI for titles, descriptions. They will use AI for a lot of other things. It's not just exclusively thumbnail. Whether you like it or not, AI is here. And for me, I personally just use AI for just content creation and all that because it is a tool that needs that I think is used. When it comes to like say big budget products, I'm very 50-50 on AI.
I mean, I don't use AI for everything. I just use it as a tool to kind of polish a couple of things, clean images up here, get the image to maybe point in a certain direction, etc., etc. So it
Sure,
just helps
yeah.
with a couple of things.
Sure, yeah, but I'm just saying that, AI can be used to like get certain tags, thumbnails, optimize hashtags and all that. I use a extension called vidIQ, which is a content creation app, which a lot of content creators use, and that just sort of tracks your information, but it also optimizes your video to get like, oh, the best amount of tags, best title, and it uses the AI to be like, okay, what's the best, clickbaity title, clickbaity thumb, that sort of thing.
Remember Tempest? You're using that logic on someone that just uses it as a tool to just polish his thumbnails. Like you're using the whole, but by using AI isn't a flex. I'm not flexing it. I'm just laughing
Yeah.
at the fact that people get so upset over something very minuscule. It takes real jobs and makes the environment worse. Well, I'm going to break your mind here to start with. Companies are going to do whatever they can to replace people with tools that will do their jobs. Whether it's AI or not, we go back through the Industrial Revolution where they started using automation and robots to do basic, simple tasks. We go back to the printing press. Did you know back in the old days when the printing press was created, people burned them down? Why? Because it took jobs away. Again, this is just evolution, this is an adaptation. If you do not adapt, you will simply fall behind and you will simply be replaced. As far as the environmental effects go, a lot of that is heavily over-exaggerated for good clickbait, which congratulations, and AI probably came up with that clickbait title to attack AI. Fun fact. Now, I can get very much more technical and we can go into the sci-fi aspects, but in my opinion, AI will not be built AI servers will not last on Earth. AI will be in space. That is the end result of AI.
Yes, it's going to go to the one place that's going to escape capitalism. Space.
Space! I knew that reference.
I know. I'm so proud of you, my boy.
Spiritually, the same logic you can apply why they don't use physical discs anymore. Discs are very slow. Discs aren't that slow. I've seen the argument that disk space is so small. They've already had optical discs. They've got ones that store tenfold what Blu-rays do. There is substantially better hardware and software out there when it comes to Blu-rays and DVDs, etc.
It's
So the
purely
argument,
expensive.
and the technology is developing, but the reason why the technology doesn't continue to develop is because a lot of these companies don't desire to go down that route. They want to go down a more digital-based media. So, yeah, there is technology in a physical media system. And if you want to argue, okay, discs are bad, all right, then go USB. USB can be just as fast with a good a USB port. So, I again, you want to get technical on these kinds of things, you're going to have a losing battle against me because I actually understand the technology. I do a lot of research when it comes to different types of technology, when it comes to digital and physical. Like when it comes to 2D art, I like not. I mean, I hire artists. I hire artists to do a lot of my art. All my display pictures on my channels are all done by artists. All the chibi art that I get done, all the emotes that I get done, it's all done by artists. But it doesn't mean that I don't use a little bit of AI to just polish some things up, tweak some little things, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Using it as a tool, I see no issue with. Discs are slow. That's why Nintendo uses fast NAND storage cartridges. Yeah, and other companies could use that. That's literally my point that I just made about USBs. You don't have to use CDs. Is that an argument against physicals? Because you literally just proved my point why physicals are still key. Because you can still use a cartridge-based system. Physicals are key. Using the argument that CDs are slow, it's like, okay, then adapt the technology to a different physical. It's like, so you agree. Okay, that's... I don't get what the gotcha question is, because I've always been in favor of physicals no matter what they are. Whether it's CD or a USB or a cartridge system, physicals are still key no matter the technology. But that doesn't mean CDs are completely slow. CDs are still quite useful and fun, and you can use RAM-based systems to upload the software from the CD to the device to then store. There's a reason why RAM exists. Because it's a temporary storage system, random access memory. It's a temporary storage system so that it can gain data from the actual hard drive or the CD, store it on the RAM, and then use it when it's in a zone. That's how it works. You even said my point, discs are slower than Nintendo. This is the fact. Again, I'm just simply saying that physicals and CD technology is still good, and cartridges still exist for a reason. I don't know what we're debating on, other than I still think physicals are key.
I've got to be honest. I'm really confused by what was the question in
Yeah,
regards to this.
I don't
I'm
get
just
what it was. It just felt
like
like a very random.
physical media good? Question mark?
Yeah, it's like
Like
physical
explanation
media.
point? Yeah.
I'm not arguing against cartridges. I'm literally was just talking about how I like my cartridges. I like my cartridges.
Yeah. I mean, literally, we had a bit of a discussion where I prefer, discs and all that, slipping it in the disc, and then you prefer putting it in cartridge.
Yeah, I love my cartridges, man. But yeah, talking about women.
Oh boy.
Oh,
You really transitioned to that one. Oh boy. Yes, I have played Xenosaga Zero, and I'm actually going to be streaming that later this week. So
he's gonna be playing lots of gotcha games. He's got a lot. He's got some money to make. That's why
oh
Nintendo
man,
is doing way better in physical
oh,
games, even if this is... I mean, Nintendo does good with their physicals, because, yeah, cartridges are good. But, yeah, women. No one can hate women more than women.
hey, listen. There's more than just that. There's also a white man, apparently. The white man, they be bad.
White man bad.
Exactly.
But, yeah, there was a trend going on where people were mocking people for having these rooms. And so basically a bunch of women came forward and were like, oh yeah, we're married and we have these like super big anime rooms of all these figures and merch and posters and all these like like I know a married couple that I talk to, and she has like a massive room. I showed Tony the other day. And yeah, there's heaps of women that have all these massive rooms with anime merch. There's also a VTuber that I know that I've friends with, that I've collabed with her friends, and she has like a room similar to this. It's like a dark lit room and everything, and it just has like figures everywhere. It's like this is what women do. They just decorate. They just buy figures and boom.
But don't you know they're not actually women? They're actually a disgrace to their race. Don't you know that, Espirito? Jeez,
You
man.
need to remember, women do not exist on the internet.
What? No.
And if a woman talks you to do it in the DMs, it's secretly a guy trying to catfish you.
Yeah, it makes sense. I've talked to a couple of women that I don't believe them to be real. There's only one woman I believe that's online.
Was that Cine?
Yeah, of course.
So that means Desirable Bottom's secretly a dude. Pretending to be a
probably.
Canadian French.
I'm sorry, Desi. I love you, girl, but I'm pretty sure you're a dude.
Which society is it? Is Brie going to in the? If you actually go to her account, she's like, her whole identity is being like some right-leaning moderate and all the rest. And I'm just like, that's great, but shaming women for like, and her whole argument is like attacking the community of being like, oh, it's about protecting children and drawings and all the rest. I'm like, bro. I mean, look at the degenerate stuff we saw on Saturday night, bro.
Dude, you know what's funny is like another thing that I saw a girl, that hey, she's over the age of 18 because she was able to get access to it, but there was a girl there that was technically a quote unquote lolly,
Mm.
you know, and guess what, you know, that she was over the age of 18, so therefore I guess she was a lolly and therefore she was underage and a minor.
Was that the one with the green hair?
It wasn't the one with the green hair. It's the one that was like in that McDonald's sort of outfit where she had like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
the tape over her, well, nipples, and like
Yeah.
she was compact. She was fucking small and shit.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there were a ton of girls there that were just, you know, quote unquote, they looked like lollies essentially. The body type.
Oh yeah, it's. I think we've seen this new age of like people, and this isn't even just a woman thing. This is like men and women that have jumped into the anime community that are constantly just like, oh yeah, we've been anime fans forever, and we got bullied in high school for liking anime, and then proceed to just bully people for liking anime.
Hey man, according to the internet, we're shoulders.
I don't care. Oh, I love this part, by the way, because they complain about being bullied and then say they don't care about bullying. So there goes this part. This is exactly why outsiders look at parts of the anime community and see a problem when someone posts a room full of sexualized shit, which again, they're drawings, not children, or childlike, so they have to emphasize childlike characters and responses. Is you're bullying a married woman, which you are, to be very clear. That tells people that the community would rather attack critics than address the content. So you're admitting that you are attacking the person, but you don't like being called out. It's like, okay, so you believe you're immune to criticism. I have been watching anime since 2015. I was called names in elementary school and high school. Notice how there's sympathy playing. It comes to a key point. This is not about owning merch. It's about the subset of the feature of naked blah blah blah. Children, they keep going in a circle. Then some lazy defense used to extremely taboo content. Again, notice how they just don't seem to like anything anime related. The fact that this is fictional doesn't erase the internet erotica of children. God, I wish you people cared as much about fucking children in anime as you do in real life. I don't care if you were bullied. That's rather ironic because you literally just bitched about being bullied and then say, I don't care about being bullied, and then openly admit that you're bullying. A little bit ironic. Most anime fans think you are disgusting. No, because most anime fans don't give a shit. You're just not an anime fan. You're just a tourist. Communities have every right to say this specific thing is not welcome here. So you're doing literally what the left does. So for a right-leaning conservative woman, you're doing exactly what the left does. If you don't do as we say, we're going to boot you out of the community that we just fostered. Kind of ironic. You people drag the rest of the community down. Legitimate fans shouldn't have to keep legitimate fans.
Shut the fuck up. I've had to bite my tongue because I just want to let you to go, but like,
go
that right there, legitimate fans. Who are you to like describe as like legitimate fans? You basically attacked a woman for enjoying a hobby. Are you fucking for real? You fucking dumb. You know what? It's your channel. I can't say it, but it's a classic Australian word that you and I know.
Yeah. And this is exactly the problem, is that these people jump into anime when it's trendy. They stick, and I've been watching anime since 2015. Like, congratulations, you've been watching anime for 10, 11 years. Not that long in the grand scheme of things. And you pretty much jumped in just around the COVID time. So, yay. What a shock. Back when anime just started trending upwards, you jumped in on it. And I saw a lot of this when they were going over married women posting this kind of stuff, you know, whether they were 26 or 30 or 35 or etc. It's just one of those where these types of women complain about how the left use these very same bully tactics, and they're doing exactly the same bully tactics.
This just comes across as fucking Mean Girls. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? Why are you being the bully that you were bullied as? Congratulations, you've become the very thing you hated. Amazing.
Yes, the covert fan. Yeah, I mean, this person started just before covert, but I mean, anime was pretty much on the uptick just before covert. So they kind of, I don't think they started in 2015. I think they're kind of telling porkies, and they probably started a little bit after that. Because I think a lot of people have realized that if they say they started in like 2020, they instantly know they're going to get called a covert weave. So I think some people are just pretending they started a little bit before it. I don't really believe she started around that time.
I mean, listen, I was a full-blown anime fan 2013, 2014-ish, around that time. But I could safely say that it was becoming a bit more mainstream. It was still in my school. It was you like that anime? You like that weird cartoon shit, really? But it was getting there where towards the end of my high school run of 2018 or so. Oh, have you seen that new anime? You seen that new anime? I was like, oh yeah, that one that I've been trying to get you to watch for like years, but apparently it's now cool to love. Really, the thing that you bullied me for? Oh, good to know.
Yep, pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much everything we were going to go over. I know I tried to keep it condensed this time. It's like,
Yeah, no, we're in the span of like 2 hours. I'm so proud of you, man. But don't worry, we still yeah, a 2 hour stream today. It's amazing, guys.
we got 10 minutes left, so we can do the rest.
Ooh, yeah. You gonna do the rest of the cards? Nice.
Yep. I want to see what the bloody hell we get.
Again, I have to watch the stream, so there's a bit of a delay. But you know what? Let's do it. I'm down for it.
At least he'll know what he might be getting.
Man, I'm probably gonna be doing like not as good, but when I do the stream, I'll just fucking link you the video. Like, dude, listen, I'm about to stream. I'm about to stream the unboxing cards.
Oh yeah, you have to tell me. Oh god, I hope I'm online for that. There's
Dude,
a booby, there's a booby
I'll
one.
probably do around the time. Yeah, there's a booby one. Ooh, you're gonna have to DM me a pic, man.
I just quickly moved it.
Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Lost Pause. Oh, I love that guy.
Oh, Lost Pause is amazing.
He just seems like a genuine anime fan. It's just like, whoa, okay, that's a very interesting booby one.
Yeah. They're all scenes from the anime.
Yeah, they are all scenes from the anime, season 4, which it's good, but there are some ones where they're not scenes, like they're just portraits.
Yeah, I feel like the rare ones are more portrait ones.
Well, I saw that the most expensive one is around 3 or 4 grand.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. Another good booby one. Best guess.
Nice. Akano?
Yeah.
Nice. So the most expensive one you can get is an Akano one, and I think that's I've seen it go for like $1,000, maybe upwards of that.
Was it the booby one that I just showed?
It wasn't the booby one. It was like a character portrait, but it has to be specifically signed to another. That's yeah. Lost Pause is just doing his thing. He's just doing reaction content when it comes to his Reddit stuff. He's moved away from like gaming stuff, which that's fair enough because of the whole he lost his channel, and I was like, I was there around for it when he created his second channel, which again that was totally unfair. Risei sent 450 jewels.
Thank you very much for the butterfly jewels. I like the way YouTube names them all, and that's another booby one.
You're gonna have to do the 6-7 thing.
I know, right?
Get out of your chair and do it. You lazy bastard.
Alright.
Oh God. Get over it, old man.
6, 7.
There we go. There. He did the thing, chat. He did the thing.
thing.
Lost Paws is one of the non-controversial anime YouTubers left. Yeah, 100%. Because a lot of the other YouTubers from that time have sort of like moved on to like, you know, a lot more political content. And Risei sends 7 jewels. Come on, buddy, you got to do it now again.
Just fucking
Dude, you're getting so many 6-7s. It's actually insane.
That's a non-shiny booby one.
Wow,
Oh,
no 6-7. Lame.
I'm gonna do it after I showed the cards.
Lame, I say, lame. I know what you're doing. I know what you, but I know what you're doing when it comes to the cards. You know it, and I know
6,
it.
7. What do you mean what I'm doing with the cards?
You know and what you know and I know what you're doing. For tax purposes, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna ride this bad boy off in tax.
But yeah, like an example that comes to mind is like Nuxtaku. You know, it was a bit of a sad day when I clicked on one of his on his main channel and he switched it from like anime stuff to just more political stuff. And if I wanted his political stuff, I would go to his secondary channel, which I didn't really watch that all that often. But then he just moved all his political stuff to his main channel, and it was a bit sad because I was like, I'm not interested in that. So.
Yeah, I do need some better lighting. It's just because this is a very I don't know. I don't know what it is with the lighting. Maybe
Dude, if you put on the lighting, you can't fucking see shit.
Yeah, I can't see shit. I need a light that's further distance away.
Jesus Christ, man, the delay is like I'm seeing what it is, and I'm like, oh my God, kill it.
But I'll get some better lighting at some point. Because I gotta move the desks and get all the desk stuff sorted out, so.
Joey has gotten political. Giga is trying not to be political, but he's part of Trash Taste, and the less we talk about Sea Dog, the better. I think out of the trio, Giga is just the least worst one. Now, last week we did react to a video on my channel in regards to Giga, and well, I'm gonna be uploading that to the Goon Laws channel because we had some words about it. We had some words. Joey has gotten a lot more political. He has gotten a lot more political, and it's a shame to see because I think Joey, you know, for a lot of us, he was some of us an entry into the anime sphere. For me, it was Lost Paws and that sort of creative sphere. And then you got Sea Dog, which I never really cared for. He just always came across as someone who was reluctant to get into anime. Also, I see you got something in regards to the PlayStation. What's this about?
I'll bring it up after this.
Okay, it seems like we've got new developing information in regards to PlayStation. Guess what? It's being spit roasted with their new tweet.
That one I can't show for long. And then the final pack. That's kind of cool.
Damn, some of these, yeah, again, some of these stills, I'm like, fuck, I want to rewatch DXD again. God damn it.
That one's hard to see, but it looks like it's just boosted.
Joey was our main boy right after Giga. See, I actually liked Gigok's content because like he actually talked about anime. Now say what you will on his analysis, but at least he still talked about it. With Joey, he sort of just got out of it and he's no longer the anime man. If anything, Gigok is more the anime man than fucking Joey.
Yeah. But now Joey's suddenly trying to get back into anime now that most of his fans don't even want to bloody watch his content anymore. Because his trending anime stuff just doesn't really do as well.
Yeah, cause like it's just a crazy thing, man, where Joey the anime man just can't go trending when it comes to fucking anime.
No, because no one really takes his opinion serious.
Did you see Joey's video on like Japan or like anime tourism or something like that?
Yes.
It was on his secondary channel. I didn't end up watching it, but because like I saw it and I was like, I have a bad feeling about this. Was it correct? What
He
was it?
he mischaracterizes what the word means and then gets it right and then gets it wrong and then gets it right again. And it confuses the living shit out of me.
Ugh.
Oh, okay. Let's bring it up. PlayStation finally posted after a week of silence. There's 30k comments, and almost all of them are asking them to address the physical disc situation. Then you have countless community notes calling them out. Sony did not expect this level of pushback. Good.
Oof. Fucking
Good.
oofed.
His Joey channel is a flop. He's not interested enough, and yeah, I mean that's the thing. Joey is only doing more stuff on his second channel because it's low effort. He can simply walk in front of a camera, which by the way I do the exact same, but I noticed he did like the whole background thing around the same time I did. But he basically just does the whole, like, he has the little screens in the back and he just sits there and it's low edited, easy topics, low editing. Because I don't think he's making the money as he's making on the main channel, because that requires a lot of money but a lot of return. And he's just not getting the views from it anymore.
Well, I also think though with Trash Taste, like I think he's really relying on Trash Taste as the like in terms of the trio. I would say Joey is more reliant on Trash Taste than Giguk and Connor because at least with Connor, he's a relatively successful streamer. He teams up with Iron Mouse, and say what you will about the guy, but at least he's in terms of the content sphere, he is relatively very popular. Giga, he's got his main channel that does relatively well when it comes to his videos. Sometimes it averages between like a million views, maybe a bit less, but it's still within the ballpark of it's got a decent amount of money behind it. Production wise, it's just you need to rely on an editor, you just need to record a script, that's it. And also his side channel, he's got, sponsorships from big name, fucking gaming sites like the last video we reacted to on Giga, he teamed up with Hoyo with the Zenless Zone Zero game. When it comes to Joey though, I feel like a lot of his dependence on content creation is Trash Taste. If Trash Taste goes, he's gonna probably give up the anime sphere, not the anime sphere, the content creation sphere, and he's gonna like diversify in like say other ventures. So I think Trash Taste will be his last hurrah because Trash Taste is essentially the golden cage for a lot of these creators. And in some cases, it is kind of holding back Giga and Connor from doing kind of what they really want to do, which is Connor just wants to play games, fucking dick around, and just not talk about anime really. And then Giga, he just wants to make content on his main channel and then play gacha games on his secondary channel and just do random shit there. But at least he's still talking about anime. With Joey, though, I do feel like he is sort of dependent on Trash Taste. And once that goes, he's probably going to move into other things.
Huh.
Got any new cards?
Oh no. You know the image that I posted with Free Round with the milking one?
Oh God, what?
Apparently it got due to local regulations, this content is restricted on X. Someone sent me a screenshot of it.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I just thought it's funny. Someone sent it to me. I didn't want to pull up Discord because it would have meant on the PC it meant I'd have to screw around with your thing. And I was just like, oh, let's have a look.
Damn it.
That's just funny.
That sucks.
Oh, every image just gets bloody censored now on X. It's kind of funny.
The biggest of sads.
I know. What you are missing out is that Joey don't like anime. He might have in the past, and I mean, I agree with that. I think Joey's passion for anime has diminished. But for like the last decade, the guy has not seen like one anime. He just hates on anything new. Ergo, he is to stick. Yeah, his channel is supposed to be about a topic that he don't like at all anymore, like a game dev stuck in the industry, hating and cannot get a new job outside of the normal IT job. And I think that is very true. I think Joey used to have a lot of love and a lot of passion for anime, and I think as time went on, and this is why I always say, when you turn your passion into a job, a part of that joy slowly withers away. And that's why you've got to balance between what you love and the content itself, because inevitably you will go down that path where you're just like, you burn yourself out. And I think that's
To
what's
some
happened.
extent, yeah. To some extent, I agree. I mean, truth be told, when it comes to gaming, I will admit, when it comes to PC gaming, it can be a bit of a not a bit of a chore. In some respects, like I don't know, I get more enjoyment and fulfillment out of watching anime, watching TV, movies and shit like that than playing games. It's like because I don't know. For me, I'm just like when I'm gaming, I'm like in the zone. I was like as a content creator and all that. And that is the danger you have when it comes to say playing video games and doing stuff that creating your hobby into a job.
I also did hear that when PlayStation, I was just looking at the PlayStation thing, when PlayStation uploaded their whole change to physical, they had a background on their
Yes.
social media that was Grand Theft Auto, and they got told to remove it by Grand Theft Auto.
Yes, we did. I did touch on this earlier this stream. So I went over pretty much the whole chronology of it. Uh, Basically, Rockstar reportedly said, "Hey, listen, take it down," because on the PlayStation app on the phone, they had the Vice City sort of neon sort of look. And then as soon as that happened, they got rid of it. And apparently they had their own sort of exclusive banner in the PlayStation Store and they got rid of. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Which again, this what PlayStation has done has affected not just their own sort of sphere, their own sort of business, but it's also affected gaming developers as well as just the entire industry in general. It's sort of shaken it to the core. And again, Xbox can capitalize this if they're smart. I just don't think they have the will to because they have also been trying to phase out physical copies. But if they see this and they're like, shit, PlayStation did the first move on it and they got fucked. We can turn this around, guys. It may cost a bit more extra money, but we can win this generation. Now, will they be able to? I don't think so. But again, we'll have to see with the next generation. Right now, the PlayStation 6 has literally been fucked up the ass right now, and I don't think it can recover. The PlayStation 6, I think it's gone. Like I think
Mm.
it literally killed the baby, not even in the cradle. It hasn't even been a sperm yet.
Yep. They fucked up. And I don't think they're going to recover from it. I mean, even if they come back and they say, you know what, we retract what we say, we're backpedaling, we're sorry, blah 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 blah. I just don't think it's enough right now, and I think they're still. It's the same black mark that Xbox had when they tried this stuff, and then Sony used that to dunk on them. Now the roles have reversed, but the fact is that Xbox has been trying to get rid of physicals for ages.
Also, because PlayStation has tested the waters with this and they've backpedaled, it is entirely possible that now that this has happened, gamers will just be like they will be on edge when it comes to PlayStation. What will PlayStation do next? And then as soon as the gamers become complacent, they're like, "Oh, okay, PlayStation has eased up. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. We'll forgive them because PlayStation does amazing games and shit like that. It's the best console, whatever."
Yeah.
They'll end up doing it again because they need to maximize their profit.
They do. But I think what Microsoft executives are hoping is that Sony will continue with this. They'll push through it. They'll take the L, and then slowly Xbox will slowly do it themselves, and it will soften the blow when people get backlash against them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think Xbox can win this, but again, I just don't think I just don't think they can help themselves. I don't think they can help themselves because they're trying to bring up their profit margins, and what's blinding them.
What's my favorite old console? Nintendo 64, because it's the first one I ever got.
For me, it's probably the PlayStation 2 because yeah, I mean that was like my first proper gaming console. Because you know those old plug-in games that you
Yeah,
used to have with the TV? Shit, I used to have like the Spider-Man games, the Batman games, and all that shit. But like my first proper console, the PlayStation 2.
that's fair. The other thing though too, I just remembered it, is Asmongold's take on collector's editions, saying that they should sell a limited amount of them for a loss of profit. I think is the stupidest thing ever. I think what companies should do is, especially PC like companies, right? And I mean, it's funny enough, Blizzard actually still does this even with their WoW expansions, and they technically they just sell a code in the box instead of a physical like they used to for installing the game. I think that kind of sucks, but this would be really good for physical games that are single player. And a company that did this is Baldur's Gate's free. Baldur's Gate did this. They sold a physical copy of their game as a collector's edition with a bunch of merch. Now, they can sell it for a profit. Sell it for a profit. Sell as many as someone is willing to buy. Print as many as you can. But sell it for a profit. You sell the physical game with it, and you sell a bunch of merch with it. That's what gaming companies should do for consoles and PC. More should do it.
Okay,
because you will
hold
make
on,
money.
Karnak. Karnak, listen. He's saying that we're retro tourists. He got the Atari 2600. So listen, okay. Can I just say, the PlayStation 2 was like my first console I got given. Technically, I had a console before that. I just never played it. It was the Commodore 64. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a young man, but my PlayStation 2 was my first console technically. I'm sorry.
I'm going to pull out the violin and say I came from a single parent family and my mother could barely afford that kind of stuff. So getting a Nintendo 64 was a big deal for me because that was like the first time. And I was like, I was pretty much like, I can't remember how old I was, but I wasn't like a kid, like really young, right? But that was like the first time my mother could afford like a console for me, which was the Nintendo 64.
But I think but you know, we're also like with the loss of physical media, we're also losing the fact that, you know, a lot of parents, a lot of you know, caregivers, they can't afford like full release digital games, you know.
That's a good point. I
Again,
remember.
GTA 6 physical like a GTA 6 like is expensive, okay? The standard edition is 130 Australian dollars, okay? 130 Australian dollars. The complete edition is 160 Australian dollars. Okay? Now, that is insane. But if you compare to like a physical copy that comes out probably a year down the line, if we had a physical copy of GTA 6, that will probably cost a pre-owned copy, say, I don't know, $70, okay? That's a lot less than 130 for a brand new copy. And that's just gonna be how it is, isn't it? Because now that they control the pricing of a digital copy, they can adjust the price however they want. As soon as you remove the fact that a lot of these parents cannot afford these big $130 per game because they keep increasing the price, the low income people, they can't afford it.
Yeah. And that's the downside about removing physicals is, yeah, exactly that. You screw over every lower income holder. Now they have to buy, and that's the thing, like, what do you give kids for Christmas? A code? It's like it destroys birthdays and Christmases so much now.
Dude, you know when you know the sad part we're going to have when kids when they wake up to Christmas when they get their birthday present and they literally just get given money.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh,
They'll
go
just
out.
get given money or a gift voucher to like a store.
Because that loses, like, the beauty of presents because, I remember getting up on Christmas Day, opening my present. I got my toy. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to, like, play it. Oh, I've got this awesome video game. Oh, man, I can't wait to put the disc in. Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
I remember it
Now,
too. The first game I ever
it's
got,
like
Ocarina of Time.
yeah. It's like now what you can do. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't get the game. Oh, you open the physical copy. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Guess what you get? A little paper slip. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? You have to get your parent to put in the code to play it, right? Like that destroys the magic of it because like I remember, you put your first disc in. Oh, you put your first cartridge in your console. Oh, it boots up. It's amazing. Now what do you get? You get a paper slip. You get to put in the code. You get to wait for it to install. And then it boots up after like a day of internet problems. Amazing. Oh, the power cuts out and the internet cuts out. Sorry, you have to re-download it because it didn't download it properly. You have to cancel it and then you have to reinstall it because fuck you.
Yep. Well, you don't have to give your kid a PlayStation. I mean, I had physical, but if Microsoft does it, Nintendo does it inevitably, Sony does it. What physical consoles and games can you really sell? Like, okay, you can buy them a physical console, but which I'll argue why that's pointless. But you don't have physical games anymore. It's all codes. And as far as games go, well, a lot of consoles are going to disappear. There's no point buying a PlayStation or an Xbox if physicals disappear, because these
Well, did you see
companies
what
sell
Xbox is
everything on
doing?
PC.
Did you see what Xbox is doing? You can literally buy a TV and it has your Xbox account on it. Like, if I remember correctly, there was this Samsung. I remember I was watching this video. I think it was like one of Clueless Gamers or Conan or whatever. And essentially, there was this segment where he was promoting this Samsung TV, and you could literally just bypass the whole console thing. Also, hey, Hansi, I agree. Fuck PlayStation.
And I mean, that's the thing. There's no point owning a console other than maybe like a Switch because it's a handheld. Because a PlayStation and the Xbox, they're just PCs. And if you don't have a physical, right, then it's all digital. And a lot of those games are all sold on PC. You might as well just go buy a PC.
The anime dude, yes, the PlayStation 3 store, the PlayStation Vita store has both been shut down. And you can download the games that you have purchased for the foreseeable future. So at any moment, they could just essentially say, no, you can't install it. So when that happens, whatever games you have on your console that you've installed, you could still play it, probably, I would say. But if it's not installed, sorry, you're shit out of luck.
Yep, pretty much. And hey, the anime dude. But yeah,
It's just yeah, shit situation.
I just don't see the point in buying a console if everything's digital. You might as well just get a PC.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, I haven't touched my PlayStation for since December last year when I last streamed Lost Soul Aside. I haven't played it. It's still in my bag right next to me, sitting next to me. It hasn't been set up. The only thing I've been doing, playing my PC, using PC because it's just better. I can emulate games from the PlayStation 2 era, the PlayStation 3 era. I can emulate games from any era if I wanted to. And hey, I can play modern games.
Yep, it's the downside. It is the downside. Did you saw the video on Chibi Reviews laugh at fat anime characters? Which one?
did what?
I'd have to look through that. I'm intending to do another stream later this week, and I'm gonna do some reaction stuff to a couple of videos out there. So, I might pull up one of Chibi's videos.
That'll be interesting.
I've got one on Monta Sensei's, one on Chibi's, and there's another one that I was looking at. I can't remember what it was, but I'll find it afterwards.
I love physical media, but it's a false argument to claim media type is what consoles are about. I mean, listen, there's digital versions of games. We did talk about digital versions of games on like PlayStation and Xbox and all that, but I'm gonna be real, like
Unless there's a
before,
console exclusive, which Sony has barely fuck all any good console exclusives, there's no point buying a PlayStation because every
yeah,
other game is sold on a PC and for cheaper. And it's on my PC. I don't have to go get to. Like, what's the point of spending a ridiculous amount of money for an additional console
so
when I can just have it on the PC and save the money? I'm like,
the thing
sorry.
is with PlayStation is that they're trying to phase out the PC versions of their PlayStation games because they don't sell a year after the game comes out. That's what they're trying to do because and then you're only able to play the PlayStation games on PlayStation. And guess what? The way PlayStation's going, no one's gonna want to.
Yeah. Anyway, games on GOG I mostly buy since it's DRM free. Exactly.
And you
That
can install it and you can burn it on a disc.
Yep. Put it on a portable drive. Put it on your server. That's why physicals are key. Owning your software, owning your hardware is key. I just don't see the point. That's why, and this sounds so fanboy, this is why Nintendo has a leg up, because they sell a console that is a handheld that you can carry around, which is why, by the way, I don't think Nintendo will ever force permanent online connectivity. They will make you use online to first hook it up. That's how they get away with it. But as far as permanent online connectivity, it doesn't really work for a Switch because the point of it and the whole selling point for a Switch is to be portable, which means you're not going to always have internet access.
I'm not even a Nintendo fanboy. I wouldn't even say I'm like. If anything, I was more like back in the day. I was more of an Xbox fanboy, but then
Mm.
that sort of eroded to a PlayStation, and then that sort of eroded. Now I've gotten to the point where I'm just PC or Switch now. It's
Yeah,
gotten to that point.
that's what I am. It's like PC or Switch. And Nintendo has its problems as well, but I also on Friday I was down in the city and my friend Ace, he brought up a valid point. He's like, every single mainline Nintendo game has a physical release. The only ones that do the cartridge codes are third parties. And I was like, huh. I said, that's actually a good point, which means it's third party software companies that are deliberately choosing to sell digital only codes.
Yeah, and it's just and we're just phasing out more and more physical media, and I just
Nintendo is doing fine in the digital only realm. Their games are already downloads. Yes, but most people buy physicals, Master Gal. And
like we did bring up the stats, and basically it is very much 45-55%.
Nintendo is doing fake physical release right now. Yes, but that's third parties. That's third parties. They don't actually do the codes with their own mainlines. Like Nintendo games, like Mario Kart, they do have it when you buy the console for Mario Kart, but that's because it's bundled with it. But you can still get the physical for the game. You can buy it separately. Zelda games you can get physically. Fire Emblem games you can get physically. Xenoblade games you can get physically. Mario Kart you can get physically. I was trying to think of the other ones, the other Nintendo games, like Donkey Kong, you get physically. Any of the mainline Nintendo exclusive games, you can get physically. The only ones that are digital code only are third party ones from like AAA companies and all those other minor ones. And even then, some of the AAA, like all like Fire Emblem and Xenoblade, those are massive mainline titles that are pretty much exclusive to Nintendo. They're all physicals as well. So as much as Nintendo does have faults, they do have more options as far as physical goes. The only ones that seem to do non-physical are those cartridge things is third-party ones.
Nintendo is the one with the most exclusives. They always understood there's a reason a console exists. They may not be perfect, but they have been doing great in that regard. Yeah, I'd say so. They've got some pretty good exclusives. Now, PlayStation does have some exclusives too, but that being said, they are big budget cinematic movies essentially, and that has been weighing on gamers. And you can point to a certain game that's recently got announced, which was God of War, Faya. Also, Rise sends 2 jewels.
Thank you, Rise. I was waiting for you to finish, but I like how you stopped for me. Thank you for the 2 jewels, Rise.
Hey man, listen, I gotta support my co-host somehow. I finish what is being stated, and then I'll just move on to your donations.
I You totally don't understand the nature of Nintendo's current hardware. You need to be more specific, Master Carl, on what you're referring to. Nintendo games are no longer physical, but that again is not true. You can still buy physical games for Nintendo games. The games are not on the hardware they sell you. You're referring to the digital code system. Those are codes that, yeah, you then download online. But the Nintendo games themselves, they are all on the cartridges still. They still are. I think you're mixing up the digital code things and the non-digital code ones. I think you think they're both the same. They're not. If you look at the box, and because I don't have one, so I can't give you an example, what a shock, I don't buy the digital ones. There is a little label at the bottom. I can point where they would be. They're here, right? They would sit right here. And it says that it is a digital code card only, right? Which means if you put the card into the console, it will then go to the store and download it onto your Switch. Which means, yeah, if you buy the digital code cartridge, you don't own the game because it's still downloadable off the store. But these games, these ones here, the game is on the cartridge. It is on the cartridge itself.
Yeah, because I'm looking at my game at the moment. Please ensure. Okay. Online services. You must create a Nintendo account. Accept. Okay. Please ensure you have sufficient storage space. The game key card is always required to start the game, but without it, you're unable to get access to it.
You never owned games anyway. What you own is a holdings right for a physical copy since 1980. I do not get what that means, because I mean, unless they're going to come to my house and take my copy away from me, I still own it.
So basically, what he's saying is when you purchase a game, like, for example, when it comes to movies, you don't own the movie.
Yeah.
You're able to watch it, but if you, for example, share it online, you get hit with a copyright
Oh
sort of
yeah,
thing, right?
naturally, yeah.
That is what he's trying to refer to. So technically, you don't really own the game, but you also do own the game.
Yeah.
I can play it at my own leisure because that's
I
technically
feel like
owning
that's
it.
a play of technicality of words, of being like,
Yeah,
yeah, I
exactly,
own this
exactly.
game, but I don't own the rights to redistribute it, sell it, pirate it, etc. And it's like, yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. But technically, you do own the game. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Because the thing is with this physical copy is like, for example, you can't play Concord. Okay, that was a dead PlayStation game. You can't play it anymore. But do you think PlayStation is going to send out the PlayStation Mafia to your house and say, "Hey, listen, we need you to give us your physical copy of Concord back. Listen, do it now. Otherwise, we're gonna break your legs." They're not gonna do that. Why would they? It's technically yours. That copy, that physical copy of that game is yours.
And thanks for dropping by on the chat, Rafa. I just noticed your name. Your name is familiar. Why would I want to play that streaming pile? I don't know what that means, but yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I was referring to Concord, but like, listen, the game you can't play it anymore. It's a shit game. But a lot of people they have it as like a badge of honor. Essentially, hey, listen, we have it. You know, we got to kill the game. But do you think PlayStation's gonna come out to your house and be like, hey, listen, we're taking it back? Like, they're not gonna do that. But digital copy, they can remove it from your library at will.
And I mean, the only thing that stops you from owning a physical like this is when the actual cartridge finally wears out and breaks. That's the only
Isn't that
downside.
basically stealing? Yeah, it technically is stealing. It technically is stealing, but when you have a digital copy, it's because it's a digital version. They can take it at will, and it's
Yeah.
within their right, technically, because you're signing away contracts and all that when it comes to
When
that.
you buy a digital
Bec-
game, you're not buying the game permanently. You're simply buying the license right to consume it. That's it.
because yeah, because you know what Ubisoft tried to get people to do with physical copies. As soon as the license expires, they told people to break the discs.
And people
That's
didn't.
what Ubisoft. Yeah, of course people wouldn't do it, but like the licensing ended, and then Ubisoft was like, "Hey, listen, you know that physical copy that you bought with your own money? As soon as the license ends, we need you to break the disc." Like, no, fuck you, I bought it. Why would you do that? That's what they're trying. It's like, okay, really? But if it was a digital copy, obviously they could take it away from you. It's easy.
Yeah. It's.
That's why. Listen, for all intents and purposes, the physical game is technically a key. All right, it is technically a key. That being said, this key allows me to get access to it, and at the end of the day, like until that happens, I could pass my game on of Pokepia to a Spiritu. He can play it.
And
That's something you
this
can't
is
do with it.
exactly why they want to get rid of physicals, because they want to remove this ability for you to trade them, sell them. They want to force as many people. It's like when Netflix tried to get rid of multiple people trying to use one account. They're simply trying to squeeze as much numbers out of people as possible. And this actually reminds me of the convention that me and Tony went to. Physically, we both went to the same convention, the same building. We both saw each other. We both were very civil to each other. Actually, not really. He was a bit of an asshole. He made me spend
Dude,
money.
excuse me. I was very civil to you, but then you got offended when I didn't call you a furry. I am sorry, okay?
Oh.
My
But yeah,
my apologies, oh furry lord.
on topic, we went past the section, which was the retro gaming section. That is dead with this. That is dead.
Okay. So I sent you a picture, Espiritu. If you want to pull it up, I can send it to you again. But it was essentially just a picture of what we've lost. I think I had tweeted about it too. But I'll send you a picture of it. But basically, you probably will lose it, and it's just the community of gaming. So I sent you the image of the thing that I posted, the thing I took a picture of, and it was essentially just the retro gaming area, you know. And guess what? It's gonna be lost. It's gonna be lost to time because you don't have that anymore. You don't have that sense of community. And guess what? You've lost split screen too.
Mm-hmm. And see, this is actually now remembering. I think it was Candy said something. I can't remember. It was it might have been Francis about Nintendo. One of the reasons why Nintendo game exclusives are so good is because the reason why I feel like I'm fanboying over Nintendo, but Nintendo has its faults. But the reason why Nintendo is so much more superior is for several reasons. One, they still do physicals. Two, they are a handheld console with a socket system. But also, their exclusives are party-based games. They are party-based games, which means there's split screen. You play Mario Kart, you play Mario Party, you play all these games at a physical location in a TV with other people. They are party-based games. They are socializing games. Microsoft and Sony don't really have those types of games. That's why, playing games with people is so much more desirable, because it builds connections. Every Christmas, which you'll probably get invited to now, every Christmas, Sam will invite us to her place and we'll play bloody Mario Party and we'll start bagging the living shit out of each other, which you'll learn
Shit,
about
man. Listen,
you will learn
I'll
about
fucking come on. Yeah.
you'll learn about the inside joke called "These stars were promised to me 3,000 years ago."
I cannot wait. But like that's another thing that's sort of lost when it comes to modern gaming. And like I think this is just a symptom of again the modern gaming, but
Mm.
split screen. Like Halo, I remember playing split screen with my friends, Call of Duty Zombies, four-player split screen. Oh, sure, the TVs were bad, the monitors, you scrunched up, you can't really see everything, can't see pixels and all that. Oh, the frame rate was dropped badly. But you know what? It was about the communal aspect of just going to a friend's place, getting your friends together and playing it. And you've lost that. And guess
Mm.
what? You can all do that on one copy of a video game. You
Nintendo's actually
you
pretty
got
good
your
about that
money's worth.
too. Actually, they're
Oh
they're
yeah, for
quite
sure.
generous. And I think if Nintendo's smart, they will make sure they stay physical. And I do kind of feel like Nintendo will, because when looking at the digital code thing, I feel like that's third parties pushing for. And I think Nintendo knows that there is a desire for physicals, that they can continuously keep selling those. And I think they just understand that their market is party-based games in a physical location. And I understand, playing games on Discord and with friends and chatting can be fun, but there's just something different about having friends at a physical location on the same TV with a bunch of handheld consoles, all playing a Mario Kart or a Mario Party or some type of multiplayer game. There's just something different. It's a very
Yeah,
different
I get it.
connection.
You get the snacks going, you get the drinks going, you're just messing around, horsing around, having fun. And then, at the end of the night, oh, it's great seeing you. We should do this again sometime. And then maybe you do, but that's lost, and it's such a shame because like with modern gaming, it's like, oh, you can have fun on Discord, sure. But then when it's all said and done, it's just sort of like, oh, okay, it's just through a monitor, and once it's done, you're just like, all right, time to go to bed, whatever.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you lose that physical. I mean, whenever we do our like Christmas and birthdays catch ups kind of thing, we play a bunch of Mario Party games or Super Smash Brothers or Mario Kart and stuff like that. And then once we're done, we go out and have dinner. We go out to sushi train or eat something, and it's just like you build bonds by bringing people together. And I think Nintendo knows that's a marketing point. I kind of wish Sony and Microsoft kind of tried to use that more to their advantage, but they don't really seem to care to sell like party-based physical games.
Yeah. I mean, like, they could, like, again, like, again, we keep bringing up split screen is
Mm.
a lost form. Like, the only split screen games you can get on, like, these modern consoles, realistically, is the Lego games. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox, there's nothing really, like, split screen, like, related. I mean, sure, you got the Sonic racing games and all that, but, like, outside of the racing game sort of genre. Like, Lego, I don't know what else is there. Is Halo the new Halo campaign evolved? Isn't that two-player split screen, if I remember correctly? But besides that, it's like, not really much.
Also, out of all the major consoles, Nintendo has enabled sharing digital copies. Yes, that is another thing as well. Like, that's kind of what I was talking about, like how Nintendo's been a little bit more friendly when it comes to sharing games. You can also, I believe you can do this where you can have if you have a physical and you have it on your cartridge and you want to play multiplayer with someone, they can download the game and play it on their console if you're doing multiplayer. But you have to have the physical games in the same location to be able to do it, which is really weird but kind of cool, where it's like you don't even have to give the game to the person. You're like, hey, I've got this game, I'm playing multiplayer, I want to play it with you, but you don't have the game. Okay, well, I'll let you download it. Will let you download the game and then play multiplayer. Now, naturally, they can't play it when they go home, but it's still really cool that if you have someone there, you can actually share it. And I think one of the reasons why they do that is because many families will buy one game, buy like multiple consoles, like handheld consoles, and they'll play it in the same house. Nintendo understands their market audience and they actually capitalize on it.
I also think though that with like Nintendo is a Japanese-oriented company, I'm sorry, and a lot of Japanese gamers they do prefer their physical media. Like if you go to Japan, there's a lot of games that, there's a lot of retro games there that you can still get. It's physical media. And a lot of aspects with modern gaming you've sort of lost. Like I saw Master Gal said LAN parties with the PC culture, they moved away from that, but that was a thing back in the day.
Yeah.
Gaming used to be a communal thing, but with the progression of
It's like
technology,
Master Gal. You think we forgot this? We haven't. That's kind of like the whole
yeah.
point we're bringing up is that there was a physical connection with people, and a lot of this slowly gets eroded away when you start digitizing everything and making everything online. And I don't know. I just miss. I think it just kind of goes in a tandem that I'm going down where it's just like I miss the old school way of gaming where it was about bringing people together.
Yeah. I like I remember the biggest problems we had, especially with poorer, because my folks weren't really as well off, but uh, being unable to afford a memory card for the PS2, and then having to shit, I gotta play as much of this game as possible, and then because I didn't know about the password system to some games, so I just played as much as possible, and then as soon as I got my memory card, that 8 megabyte memory card, oh man, oh god, it was amazing when I could actually save on my game. It was the best feeling imaginable. And then if I wanted to bring over a friend, we'd get another controller and set it up. It was so much fun. Um, I miss those. Those gun games. The Time Crisis and all that. You plug in. There's gun games up to a screen and play it with a friend and all that. I miss those, but what with modern gaming, with the best I can do is just, oh, I have to pay like $100 for a yearly membership in order to play online gaming. Amazing. I have to pay for the internet twice.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of funny. 50 minutes ago, we were almost going to end stream.
Well, yeah, but then we just talked about the good old days. I mean,
The good
this
old
is Goon
days.
Lords.
Yeah.
This is the Goon Lords. Okay, we have our initial segment, which is 2 to 3 hours, and then we go like an hour up past it.
This is the hour after part.
Yeah. Are you not entertained,
Are
chat?
you not entertained? Like I said, the reason physical should stay is because if there was no internet, you can still play your game. You just need power to play it. And what if you lose your online account? And that's why I don't like online games, is because it requires you to remember your account. I remember I had I think it was an old Assassin's Creed game on PC. I forgot the password to the account. Now I can't even play the game because I forgot the bloody password. But with a physical, I don't need a password. It's just stored safely.
That's also another thing too. So say, yeah, because you have a physical copy, say if my account gets locked out and all that, and I start a new account, I've got the license technically for that game. So I can just slip it in, install it. I still have that game.
Yeah, that's the beauty
Uh
of it.
yeah. But I just saw a tweet in regards to PlayStation, and it says, PlayStation posted their first tweet in 6 days, which we just saw, and 50K comments, and it gets ratioed. Like nearly every top reply got ratioed. Gamers are upset with PlayStation. Like PlayStation did so many haymakers to the gaming community that PlayStation fanboys cannot defend it. They got rid of 500 movies. They then bring in the fact that, oh, we're getting rid of physical media by 2028. Oh, we're getting rid of the PlayStation Store on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita. Oh, technically, you don't own your games, according to the ULA. And it's just it is mind-boggling. Everything. It's basically, okay, have you seen Simpsons?
Yep.
The clip of someone basically oh fuck, what's his name? The guy walking into all those rakes.
Yeah.
That is basically PlayStation right now. They are walking into so many rakes right now that they just can't escape it. And yeah, that's another thing we forgot to mention. The pricing of consoles now is
Oh yeah.
insanity. It is insanity.
And even
900.
with them getting rid of the CD drive, they're still charging through the roof.
Hold on. I want to search up how much a PlayStation is now because that's another thing with PlayStation and like all these new modern consoles because of the RAM crisis, they have increased prices. Remember the days when you would decrease when the consoles would be like, oh, we got it used to be $600, now it's like 500, it's $400 for a console. Amazing.
Remember when
Now it's
PlayStation used to
increased.
make a slim version so they could charge you less because the technology
I
got better?
know.
Now they
I
just make a
know.
better hardware and upsell it. It's like, yeah. Because that was how they were able to get more people to buy the console. They'd sell a console, they'd realize that they wanted to increase the market, so they'd sell the same hardware but with more modern hardware that still had the same specifications but for cheaper. And then people were like, "Oh, I can't afford that expensive. Well, now I can get it." It's so frustrating.
Do you want to know how much a fucking PlayStation 5 Pro is in Australia?
Oh,
Like
it'd be over a
the amount.
thousand.
Okay, it is over 1,000, but guess how much?
Probably 1,200 to 1,300.
$1,399.
$100 more than I thought. Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
The
That's
cheapest
a
one I could
PC.
see.
I can build a PC better than that for that
d-
price.
do you know how much it is? The cheapest price I can see. Harvey Norman has it for $1,398, a dollar cheaper. That is the cheapest portion you can get. The PlayStation 5 Slim. So this does not include with the disc drive. And by the way, guys, this does not include the disc drive. The disc drive is an extra 100, $200 more in Australia. But the digital Slim version, $919 from JB Hi-Fi right now.
How much?
It's $919.
Yeah, apparently they removed a bunch of stuff.
And again, and also all these consoles, it can barely meet the 1 terabyte like limit. Because remember, like I remember like the PlayStation 4, they had like 500 gigabytes, and then like there was a bit like when it got to 1 terabyte, you know shit was serious. And then they did those limited edition, sort of like 2 terabyte editions, which I always loved because you get more memory space. But because of the whole RAM thing, they've cut back on that. I think Xbox are no longer doing the 2 terabyte sort of editions of the Xbox, which honestly, massive shame. And yeah, just looking at like the pricing on all these consoles, PlayStation, and just how the prices just keep on going up is insane. But do you want to? Do you know what the news is with the whole Nintendo Switch 2? Like, I did see that they're upgrading or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. Uh, Oh, okay. Because I thought there was news about the new Nintendo Switch or something like that, or like they're like doing some adjustments to it, if I remember correctly. But I don't know
Oh, no,
exactly.
no, no, no. I remember it now. I remember it now. So there is a new regulation coming in the EU. I talked
Right.
about it in
Okay.
my
Yeah.
Discord server. And so what
Okay.
they're doing is for the Switch, basically, it's a piece of hardware that you can't really change anything, right? You can't repair it very easily. The battery is basically like stuck onto it. It's a large piece on it. And what they're doing, the EU, is they're basically forcing Nintendo to make it that you can buy replaceable batteries for your console. So you can unscrew it, take it out, replace it, and re-screw it back on so that if the battery screws up, you don't lose the console, you just replace it.
Dude, I missed that because and my phone, like
EU
I
EU
missed
has a
that.
lot of
Oh man,
problems. That is fucking based.
dude, I miss like the old days with my phone where I could just switch out my battery. My God, I miss that.
So I kind of wish they'd do it for other countries, but I don't know if they'll do it for other countries. I just wish, like, yeah, when I heard the EU was doing that, I was like, that's actually based of EU, because I'm like that's consumer friendly. That allows you to repair a console afterwards. Now, naturally, Nintendo could just turn around and release a new console and remove the support for it, but at least if it's backwards capability with the cartridges, then it's like, okay, well, that's just a win-win anyway. Because you can just move the cartridges over to the new console, they release a new console, but at least then you can replace the parts if they break. And that's
Do you
where
think
maybe
that?
EB Games might be able to actually keep their business open, because they'll be like, hey,
Yeah,
we can sell parts to the consoles and we might even repair it for you.
yeah. This would actually do a lot, like really good for EB Games and a
Mm.
lot of these game stores, because if they have the chance to actually like do repairs to these consoles and actually like do game stuff instead of just selling fucking just what the next fucking Zing product, like I was walking around my local EB Games and like there's an anime section. Now I love anime, but why is there manga in my video game store? Like, and like the video games, like portion of it is literally a corner. It's sad.
Yeah, Jake brings up a good point here. With modern iPhones or phones in general in today, if you drop it and you have to get it repaired, or buy a new, you basically have to buy a new one. Apple does it all the time, like with their laptops. If it breaks, you just have to go buy a new one, because repairing doesn't exist. And so I think the EU is very built on this idea of like being able to repair your items and stuff. And I think other countries need to adapt that, instead of forcing this whole like, oh, your battery in your console doesn't work, you have to replace the entire thing. It's like, but everything else works. Oh yeah, but the battery doesn't work. But everything else works. And I think Nintendo needs to lean on that more, because what Nintendo needs to focus on is selling games. The console is a tool. Sell the games, sell the software, get the
You've already got
consumers.
the you've already got the console. You've already got the console. You've already accomplished like the hard bit.
Hmm.
So just create the games to support the console.
Like,
That's another thing that the Xbox generation failed from the Xbox One. They didn't have the great games to support the console, and people switched over to PlayStation because their PlayStation exclusives were a lot more better at the time. And it sort of solidified that generation. And then you had games like, a lot more cinematic games. And then the Xbox just sort of was like trying to go in a more different identity to a counter to what they were initially designed for, which was gaming. Also, thank you, Rise, for the 2 jewels, 4 jewels technically for 2 sparkles. So
thank you, Resay, for the 2 sparkles and 2 stars. I have no idea what those mean on YouTube's end.
I don't know. Also, she sent like gold coin, 10 jewels. So I think what they are, she's watching it via phone. So people who send the jewels is watching it via phone.
Yeah.
Then they can send like little. God, I can't believe I'm using this to describe a fucking function. She's sending microtransactions to you.
Okay. I'm so untech savvy.
Okay, so essentially with these jewels, they're literally little like you can pay YouTube for these little jewels and they can send it. They're essentially small little super chats. They're like 10-20 cents each, but I think the highest amount is like $150.
Okay. It kind of reminds me of Twitch with their little bit system.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That really is what it is.
That makes sense. Which is what they've been doing. They have one exclusive to each month of what is left of this year and some of the next. Are we talking about Nintendo? Because, yeah. Was subbed to Game Pass for a while, but then the price hiked to $30, made me unsub. They dropped the price back down eventually, but they lost my trust there too. And I mean, that's what a lot of them do. They try and up it, and then they wait for people to freak out, and then they drop it and go, oh, look, we did a good thing.
And that's the thing, though. What these companies do, they always like to test the waters when it comes to gaming. So, they just do a little bit there. Oh, it didn't work. We would just backpedal a bit. oh, we're gonna do a little bit again. Oh, we're just gonna backpedal a bit, and then as soon as gamers and consumers get that feeling of oh, it'll be fine, and then they eventually get into it. They eventually like okay, we'll allow it this time, and then by the end of it, you're basically half naked and your console's gone because they've beaten you up, they've taken all your money, they've taken your clothes, and oh, what happened? Oh, you get a shit console with no games. Amazing. What's your
Mm.
favorite country, Tony? I mean, I'm partial to Australia, but I hate my government. Uh,
Just like me.
but yeah, I mean, listen, I love my country with all my heart, but fuck the government. I would say probably Australia top tier, and then like America at bottom, and then I would have said UK, but I don't want to get shanked by Muslims, so uh, um, I don't know. Tasmania? Well, that's made up land, so maybe not.
Let's see what you did there.
Well, no one goes to Tasmania. Really? Does anyone
I,
actually
lo- I
go
love
there?
I love the way they say what's your favorite country and you put Tasmania as a separate section
Yeah,
because
obviously.
we
Do they
never
make?
acknowledge it as part of Australia.
Yeah, exactly. No one gives a shit about Tasmania. It's like fucking little shit of Australia.
They sell drugs.
It's the drug land. Does
Yeah.
anyone actually go there?
I mean, there's a
Like,
giant seal that lives there that trashes shit.
well, fuck. Remember, like we were talking to the people that own the figure store. They don't go there.
Yeah,
Like they go to every single state to sell their figures, but they don't go there. Are you fucking crazy?
it's funny.
I can't believe they beat you up and left you naked, Tony. I know, right? They even took the console. Are you kidding me?
I know. Australia is a great place to be, unless you're Jewish. Then don't go to New South Wales or Queensland.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Weird question. What type of ears are those on your character, Tony? Oh, they're kangaroo ears. I also got a helmet. Hold on.
He's got
Uh,
a helmet. Yes. No one's going to understand that reference except Australians. Unless you're an
yeah,
Australian that doesn't understand history, and in that case, yeah, you need to go read a history book.
I picked this helmet because if you guys don't know, you should probably read up on a certain outlaw named Ned Kelly, and he was a famous outlaw, but he fought against the government, and essentially, fucking a terrible one at that. But he basically he was basically our Robin Hood, and he was extremely based, and he's an Australian hero for a reason. And at the time, I thought, oh well, he was a crook that basically stole and all that. But as time has gone on, he was kind of spit facts.
Yeah. A lot of history tries to make him sound bad because a lot of them didn't like the fact that, yeah, he basically stuck a finger to the middle finger to the government, and the government like, we don't like people rebelling.
And guess what? The more history unfolds, the more it's like, oh, actually, that guy that people revere was actually kind of an asshole. The person that people hated, oh, he's actually pretty not too bad. With exceptions, though. With certain exceptions. I'm thinking of a certain Austrian.
And bugs aren't that bad over here.
Bugs
Un-
aren't that bad. That's fake. That's fake commie propaganda.
exactly. The only bugs live in a giant building in ACT, and we call them politicians.
Yeah, fucking ugh.
And apparently,
Did you?
Albanese is like apparently like a sex pest now.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Did you hear what he said on that podcast? Even my
Yeah.
grandpa was bringing that up, and I was like, Yeah, I know." And my grandpa, he is very much staunch against labor. He fucking hates them. He escaped the communists at the time, so like, he's been through some shit. But like, whenever he brings up labor, he's like, "Oh, fucking those bastards."
Uh,
But essentially, in a podcast, he said he would shag Kylie Minogue, which
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. As an Australian, I'm like, oh fuck. I mean, fucking, I would. But as a politician, I'd be like, dude, you fucking serious? You recently got married.
Yeah.
You fucking retarded?
I think he's just trying to like be like, oh, I'm cool with the hip. I'm like, no, you're just being creepy, dude.
It comes across as kind of just.
It's like you're being
he,
Dan Clancy. Stop.
he's coming across as like, hello, fellow kids. I'm with you guys. Oh, I would like to shag this person too. Do you remember that? Like, again, I think I don't watch news, but you know, Sky News, they did this clip comparing like Tony Abbott back in the day, where he did a wink in like a radio station. Could you imagine if that was the case now? I don't. Again, I haven't seen the context of that previous clip with
I mean, Tony
you know,
Abbott
Tony
did eat
Abbott.
an onion on
Oh
TV.
fuck. Yeah, he also wore Speedos, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, that's an unflattering sight.
it's traumatizing.
Yeah. I don't
But
wanna see Tony
I
Abbott
feel
again, but,
like Australia is just the superior version of the UK.
we are. I mean, like, listen, we have our issues, but hey, at least down here, you can call someone, I can't say on the stream, but, you know, a certain
Yeah,
word that we love, but, you know, and you won't get looks.
exactly. We're just superior.
And we've got certain areas to avoid, whereas in the UK, everywhere you want to avoid. Still,
We just
we need to get you out of the north, man. Seriously, we need to get you out of the north.
I don't know. I feel like the North is the least of my problems.
True, true, true.
I live in the better parts.
I
I
know,
can't
you're
even
very
say it.
posh.
I can't even
You're
say the
very
name.
you're very
I'm not even in a
posh.
posh area. I'm like in a bum area.
Hey, man, apparently, according to the figure guys, that you're a posh person.
I know, right? But yeah, we hit the
But
3-hour mark.
oh, also, PlayStation are reportedly considering moving up the price for PlayStation Premium. So there is also that.
Yeah, because they need to piss off their consumers even more.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, again, you were there for a part of the stream, but
Yeah.
the story of PlayStation is so long. They just cannot fucking stop.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just a never-ending story with this PlayStation. I guarantee you, they're gonna have to address it at some point, and it's gonna be one of the most worst shit shows imaginable. They're not going to do the Japanese thing and bow down and say we're sorry. They're not gonna do that. They're going to double down, or they're gonna triple down what they've intended. And unless the stock goes down, they're not going to address it. They're gonna keep
no,
pushing forward with it.
they won't. They will not.
And that's a sad note to end on.
It is. Well, chat, we hit the 3-hour mark. I'll be probably streaming later this week. I'll do some reaction-based stuff on some simple stuff. But I think we've covered pretty much everything from PlayStation, Rishuka Tensei drama, figure stuff. We talked a lot about PlayStation, but you know, gaming's gaming.
Yeah.
So
And I'll be streaming throughout the week, so you know, if you want to come down and join the channel, I'll be there.
if I'm not streaming, he's probably streaming. Well, you stream during the day, and I stream during the night.
Well, I mean, I stream during the night too. I stream like, God, I think I got 2 streams tomorrow, which is one at 1 p.m. and one at 6 p.m. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah, I stream like at least twice a day. I try it because I need to make that money. I need to financially recover myself.
Yeah, you got some grinding ahead.
Dude, I need to grind so hard. Dude, I need to get back into Nikkei. Maybe I can maybe I can get some actually good good, or you know, pulls now.
Maybe save up for the next event.
Yeah, true. I got that I finally got like that SSR. I think it's like the blue hair girl. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Like it's one of those tasks ones, and it gives you like an SSR after you complete like 45 tasks. So I got that, and I was a bit happy about that.
Okay.
But yeah, we're coming to an end. Make sure to check out my channel, subscribe to Espiritu, and check out the new Goon Lords channel. We'll
Yep.
be uploading some segments from there. I'll be uploading the Giguk segment. Espiritu, you're a managing person, so if you want to upload from there, you can do that from there.
Easy stuff. Yeah. Remember to check out the Goon Lords section, his channel, my channel. And yeah, we will see you. And again, thank you for all the donations from everyone. Definitely got a lot of 6-7s. And
Come on, you got to end it with that. Come on.
We'll do one last 6-7 before we end the stream. But again,
Yes.
I will see you all in the next stream. 6-7.
Oh god. Post the link. Hold on, I will post the link
post the
now
link.
for the Goon Lords. Yeah.
Before
Sorry.
click it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Ah, damn it. Where is it? View channel. All right, here's the link, guys. This is the link to the Goon Lords channel. We'll be uploading segments from there, and yeah, have fun.